What's up, everybody? The GRG podcast is doing it live. We are here. And yeah, you might have thought we weren't going to have GRG today because I didn't even post anything. I've been busy at work. But hey, we're here. I'll just be throwing it out there for the people that come in here. Go ahead and share that out there. We are here and we doing it live. So without further ado, let's get to the illustrious panel. Starting off with my girl, Delilah HD. She's a little bit under the weather, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, I'm really sick. Like for real sick. On a whole nother level sick. But anyway, happy to be here though. These topics are pretty lit, so I didn't want to miss this show. But yeah, let's talk about these games.
All right, let's get into it. Then we move on to the other matriarch. You know what I'm saying? My girl, Lady Infamous. What's going on with you? How's everything been going?
Hey, I'm chilling like a villain, man. This is me, Lady Infamous 415, Grown Woman Gaming, IntermediateGaming.com, and I'm glad it's the weekend, man. Let's get to these topics.
Don't do that to me because the weekend is not started for me yet because I got to go to work tomorrow. Why you got to rub that in my face?
No, that's because you rubbed it in my face yesterday when I have to go to work.
That wasn't yesterday. That was last week. That was last week.
It was yesterday, bruh. It was yesterday.
Hey, but K-Mega, that's a you problem, though, bruh.
Oh, you ain't too sick to throw shade. Get out of here.
Never that.
Oh, my God. That's horrible. Well, okay. I'm glad it's the weekend for you bums. I'm out here working, slinging that mud, delivering it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. Anyway, moving on. Triple Cup Chuck, what's up, baby? Are you up?
Man, I'm all the way up, man. It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, the Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? The one that's ready to have a Captain Marvel versus Captain Marvel. Super gamer, Madden player in here, ready to do this thing. Let's get it.
Let's go. Then we got Donald Trump here and little Ivanka in the back. What's going on with you, Live Wire? What's popping?
Much, man, chilling. Yeah, daughter in the back making sounds. She's in her, talkative mood before she eats something. So it is what it is.
What's up? It is what it is. All right. 100 will not be here because he's doing his grill mastering masterpiece. And then
he couldn't get out the bed.
Yeah. That's probably what really was going on. He was still in the bed. And then Lemetheus, he's out there. He had arthritis in his big toe, and then he couldn't walk. And so then since he couldn't walk to the computer and press the button because I think he's got arthritis in his thumbs too. So it's yeah. So you know what I'm saying, that Geritol don't work all the time. So he got to get some Metamucil and some graham crackers to take his old ass to bed. So he won't be here most likely tonight. Knuckles said he'll be coming in later. Let's get on with the topics. First, we're going to go and talk about something that I just learned from Lady Infamous. And so I'm going to let you explain that, Infamous. It was basically about YouTube gaming and how they're closing their doors here. Give us a little bit of explanation about that. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe she's muted. I don't know.
Yeah, I see she's muted. So okay. All right. Well, basically,
my bad. Okay, it was a pay system so you can be able to watch your favorite YouTubers in the gaming industry do their thing on their platform, which was trying to be a rival to Twitch and Mixer, and apparently they didn't beat them too because they're shutting they program down, and you won't be able to watch your favorite YouTube through YouTube gaming. With me, I'm telling you like this. I have a hate-love relationship with YouTube. So I personally, so what? I mean, as much as they change their algorithms and they change plenty of rules and plenty of expectations on certain streamers, people just got tired of it. Just like people moving from Twitch to Mixer to do their streaming things, people have been leaving YouTube gaming and going to other avenues. I don't see nobody really that I knew in the YouTube streets that really was beneficial to this program. Apparently not me, and not even the big YouTubers that I know use YouTube gaming. And especially since they put out Facebook gaming, that's a big competitor boost for them versus YouTube. So I see people stream more on Facebook Gaming Mixer and Twitch than YouTube. So like I said, give the people their money back if they pay for their services, or YouTube game, give them their money back and move on. And that's what the fuck they get, because YouTube always be on that bullshit sometimes when, as far as content creators are concerned. I'm good for them. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping about the YouTube gaming, because I don't even stream on YouTube gaming. If I have to stream on YouTube, it'll be directly on my channel, or as far as video game content is concerned, it'll be directly on my channel. I'm not gonna go through YouTube gaming. I'm not gonna make nobody pay on YouTube. So that's how I feel about the situation.
Yeah, it was really weird for me because I was paying. Well, I still pay for it. It's like I pay for like because I had it on both channels. So now since the GRG channel is gone, it's just now $10.99. But $9.99. But it was really weird because I could see like all the people that were on their channels, and also when we do GRG or whatever, or if I would post something about GWG or whatever, I would put it on there or something like that. But it was really weird because it was like in its own space. It wasn't even anything that you could that would seem like it was complimentary to you being with YouTube. I don't know. It was just so separated from everything, like it was in its own little space, that it kind of alienated everybody who was paying for that service. And was
it Vidmo? No, it was another like streaming platform like a year ago.
There's Vidmo, but then there was the other one. Yeah, I really like them. They had to shut down. Golly, I can't think of their name right now because Miss K went over there, B Shadows went over there, and actually Miss K was the one that introduced me to that. And I was like, oh, and I went over there, and I got a little fan base, but I was more still not as committed as like Miss K and others that I knew that went over there. I cannot think of the name of it right. VidMe, that's what it was VidMe. VidMe was awesome. They showed their videos really high quality. Everything about VidMe was better than YouTube in every way, in my opinion. But it just couldn't handle that behemoth. This just was because it wasn't getting any type of no true revenue. It was going back to the old school where if people wanted to support your channel, then they would just have to donate. It would be more like a Patreon thing, or like what you do with your with your streaming. And people would just want to, pay directly through there. But anyway, Delilah, what do you think about this whole situation? I mean, did you even know anything about YouTube gaming?
Yes. I mean, just from the advertisement they tried to show on their websites. On the YouTube site or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But never gravitated toward it. I always just use regular YouTube. But at the same time, I'm not surprised because they're competing with Twitch and now Mixer. And they was trying to be like an extension or tried to be something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think it was just a bad way to advertise it and stuff like that. And I just think it's interesting. I mean, I've read through the article and they were saying something how like they still see console gamers as being the domination, but mobile games is gaining like popularity. So they still want to focus on bringing PC games to a massive audience. So what they're going to do is redirect people to a new page, which is youtube.com/gaming, and it will show pretty much kind of the same content or similar content, but it will not be like a full-blown service like it was trying to be before.
Yeah, and that would be better, I would think, but it's just still it's just weird, and yeah, like I mean, like I've been paying for it every month, but it doesn't really officially close down until March 19th. So I don't know. Triple Cup, what do you think about this? Was this anything that you knew anything about or even cared about at all?
I mean, actually, it was like a trend that was kind of like going on because you had a lot of they little quirky movies that they had, like Mario Brothers and stuff like that. A lot of those is getting pulled off of YouTube. So it's like they must have been some type of part where they're gonna do another transition, because the little simple things it get removed and be gone, like how they got the YouTube gaming, how they took that out, even though like how you said it was alienated from everybody, and I ain't never hear him promote it. It wasn't fashionable. People that play games, that don't look like a place you want to play a game on. You might want to watch somebody play a game and get some tips off of YouTube, but actually YouTube gaming, I don't think that was gonna ever catch on. I think it was just like more of a place that they tried to work, but it didn't, so they cutting the fat, so they gotta go. And I think they just trying to readjust the whole YouTube thing, because like you say, Facebook gaming and Twitch and Mixer. I mean, right now it'd be hard for another person come in. That's like another console. Like even if Apple or Amazon would try to want to come with a console, people feel like it's overcrowded. So I don't think they're gonna do that right now. So I think right now they just kind of like just trying to restructure themselves. That's the only thing I can see. So that's the only reason why they're messing over us YouTubers and stuff like that. So you feel like you're getting partnered with YouTube, and all of a sudden they just jump back. Like moving a goalpost or something.
Okay, all right. What about you, Live? Did you know anything about YouTube gaming? Is this something that you was interested in trying to maybe dabble in? Pay a little $9.99 a month?
No, I heard of it, but I didn't really go, research it or nothing like that. But $9.99 a month, is that to be on it, or is that's to have access to their programming, to download your content into it, stuff like that. So like that's why I was so adamant about what I was trying to do with the GRG channel, was trying to get as many videos and then try to put them over there as well. But it was really weird, because I would think that I was putting it over there sometimes, like even my videos, and it wasn't registering unless I was doing a live stream or something like that, and I knew when I would see it there. So it was really crazy. It was almost like a waste of money for me, because I never watched the programming. But anyway, go ahead. I don't know, man. Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't really care about it. I was just like, man, if it ain't on YouTube, it just seems like my question is, what's the benefit of the $9? Do they like push your videos to the forefront or something?
They would put you in some kind of algorithm that they would also, it would help put you in an algorithm, but it was mostly you were paying for their big YouTubers that would have programming, they would have like different shows, things like that. So
okay.
Yeah, so that's where mostly it was going to. I don't know. Like I said, I used it
like the YouTube Red.
Yeah, like YouTube Red. It seemed like it would benefit, but you really don't know. And so I don't know. And always, like Lady said, the algorithms that goes on with YouTube is just insane. So you never know when you're going to have a big week or a bad week, or just video or whatever. You never know these days, because if you're not doing something consistently or not hitting a certain point, it just goes all over the place. But okay, I see 108 Dragons is here. Hey man, you take your Geritol?
Gia, you already know how we do over here. What's good people? I'm sorry I'm late.
No,
turn them down a little bit.
Yeah, that mic is a little loud.
No, that's just my loud ass voice, Delilah. I ain't want to talk in my I love my husband voice. Facts.
Anyway, and by the way, I want to give a big shout out to our boy Gideon, Alvin White. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday! This dude, happy birthday. He's always down for GRG, man. Even though he is always in the comment section, after the video or in here, and he is always debating somebody. If it's not me, it's Lemon, it's somebody. He's always he usually agrees with the ladies, but everybody else he debates the hell out of them. But man, we appreciate man your support, no doubt about it. What's up, So Shady? Everybody else here, we see 100 in the chat. Jazzy Nope as usual. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys. Other Sync, JT Gamer, man, I appreciate you guys. Cedric. But anyway, I was just talking about Infamous was talking about the shutting down of YouTube gaming, and I didn't know if you knew anything about it, 108, and if you want to touch on it and just what your thoughts about it, just go ahead, shoot.
No, I really didn't use it the way I heard the last two comments. I really didn't use it that way. I just try to just put content out, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't use it that way. So It don't really affect me, I guess, but you know, I just wish they get their algorithms together because that's what's killing us. Smaller guys, it's killing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, me too. I get lit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, congratulations to Chuck. Our boy Chuck hit over 2,000 views on a video, man, not too long ago. I mean, what was the video, Chuck?
Which one that was about? It was just a little tutorial type video I did on how to find stuff on the Xbox. First get, you know how you be happy with it. I like, you know, made a little quick video. One of my first little videos. And they just got one view here, one view there, one view. Now all of a sudden it just, you know, because it was like, you know, a beginner's video. That's why I left it up there. Because it ain't too cool of a video, but it's just my first, so I got a little pride by it.
Oh no doubt about it. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, congratulations.
Even my phone felt the same way.
Oh, you over here? Don't get the big head now. Don't be acting like you just like, hey man, look, I gotta walk.
I'm famous
now, man. We famous now. Like, dang. All right. Anyway, let's get on to the second topic. Man, let's get on to it. Inside Xbox. It was, you know, every month we get one. But I wanna go straight up here and ask Delilah first. What did you think about Inside Xbox this week? Did you like it? What was the good and the bad? If you're going to say something about XO, that'll be the next topic. So, you know, you can kind of skip XO, but everything else, go ahead, hit it up.
I like that they focused on Forza. I think that was good because the game's launching really soon. So, sorry, I was coughing.
That's all right.
The other than, I mean, it was okay. I mean, the pacing was a little bit weird, like always. It just felt kind of samey from what they did in the past, but they focus more on Forza. I mean, I definitely want to skip this topic and go to the XO stuff because I thought that was the meat of it. But
okay, all right, cool. That's all right. All right, what about you, Infamous? What was the things that you liked about Inside Xbox? The good and the bad, the ugly.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't even watch it. Because, but based on based the feedback of what I got from other folks, people really enjoy the show. You know what I mean? And it's just like a small percentage of people that are like, what's the word I'm looking for? Nitpicking. Is that the right word? Nitpicking on the show. Now, XO, that's the first time me hearing it. So can someone explain to me originally what the XO show is about?
We'll talk about it on the next on the next topic. Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah. Usually I try to watch it. I can never watch it live, first of all, because I'm most likely when it comes on, I'm at work. So usually I will watch it. You know, I'll do my little skim through and stuff like that. But it should be. It's a show it's a brand new show. It's not perfect yet. And what the problem is, people expecting that when they create something that's supposed to be perfect overnight. Yeah, it has a little technical flaws, but that's cool. And my friends enjoy it. My associates enjoy the show. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. If, you know, my comrades be like, yeah, I watched that show. It's nice. It's popping. They did a little information here and there. So I'm like, okay, cool. I will watch it. But just stop nitpicking at it, though. At least they're trying to do something that's connection to the Xbox consumer as a television show, because I don't see Nintendo doing that shit. I don't see PlayStation doing that shit. So the people that's really nitpicking on them, they really need to stop.
I mean, they did announce like Hollow Knight, which I thought was fire. I'm gonna pick that up.
What's Hollow Knight? Like
Hollow Knight, it's a Metroidvania game. Yeah, it's a Metroidvania game. You know, I'm huge on Metroidvania, and it's supposed to be like 25-hour plus game with a ton of content and abilities and things like that. But it's like a 2D side scroller. Think Ori and the Blind Forest, but of course it's not as pretty as Ori. But
it's a nice looking game though.
Oh yeah, it still looks good. But it's not Ori, but it still looks good, no doubt. And the gameplay looks dope. It's definitely right up my alley, so I'm probably gonna check that out. That was a pretty cool segment in Inside Xbox. but yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Okay, about to cough again. All right, got you. All right, lady, you want to finish anything that you before I move on?
No, just stop Stop nitpicking. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right, cool. What about you, 108? What did you get the chance to see inside Xbox? The good,
Yes,
the
I
bad,
did.
and ugly.
Yes,
All
I
right.
did. Let me
All
tell
right.
you.
I know you're pretty hard on inside Xbox, but we want to hear this.
I'm only hard on inside Xbox because I don't want to talk about no XO, but I think it's scripted. But the best part when you see the boss come on it and drop a bomb, that's what we need. We need some bombs on inside Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the hardcore people, they respect to see the developer and the work behind the game, and people, the hardcore crowd likes that. But for the general casual viewers, they don't care about that. They just want to see games. They want to see what's coming. And I think inside Xbox is just a little watered down and it's a little scripted. The jokes is like, hey, K Mega, we had a great day today and you left your briefcase. It's kind of corny. But everybody got their own opinion. But it's good to see
Everybody
EXO
got
coming back.
swag, so.
No, I know, Delilah, but like I said, I enjoy seeing the developer's vision. But some people I don't care what they think. I just see games.
Yeah, I like to see. The thing is, that's different for me because I like the developer interviews. I'm always fascinated with that world.
Yeah, but we hardcore.
But even as a hardcore, I mean, yeah, but even when, well, I've always been hardcore, so I mean, I've always enjoyed that type of information. You know what I'm saying? I've like I said, I've sat there and watched when E3 comes around, and I was sitting there watching it on television. I would watch the PC. I would watch all of Nintendo. I would watch I would watch everything because I'm interested in learning of what's coming out new. And yeah, there would be some segments that would be really bone dry and like non-watchable. But again, I wanted that information just for just because of my knowledge of wanting to be fed of what gaming can provide. So what about you, Chuck? I mean, like, is it did you watch Inside Xbox? Give me the good, bad, and ugly.
All right, this is what I think about Inside Xbox. Like, I take it like a baseball game. First and foremost, I take it like a baseball game. It's like I like baseball games, but I don't want to watch no baseball game. I want to watch the highlights of the baseball game. That way I see what's going on and don't have to sit through all the boring stuff because I like to watch the highlights and then work backwards and learn the stuff about it. So I was like, taking a stand of I like the show. I like the concept of the show. I watched the first 2 episodes of the show, and they need to do more those things, doing their own self-promotion, because that's just like one big long commercial, to be honest with you. But it's just not for me. But I respect it, and I like the fact that they doing it. But it's just not for me.
Okay, all right. I see Bloody Knuckles just came up in the house. What are you available yet?
Yeah, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good.
What's up, man? Give us the skinny on what you think about the Inside Xbox, man.
Hey, I actually really liked it. Like what they showed off and what they talked about was some interesting things. Like,
and don't talk about XO yet because that's going to be the next topic.
Oh no, that's fine. Like,
okay.
I loved a lot of what they were showing off for Forza because, like I said before, I was never a big Forza fan just because I wasn't into simulated racers, but you kept getting me into Horizon, telling me it's an arcade racer. 3, I've been trying to play here through Game Pass, but I've been caught up with other things. 4 is looking great. And seeing the partnership that they have with the James Bond car pack, and especially going into the history of the Aston Martins that were made specifically for that's only being done for Forza, is great. Is one of the interesting segments that they did because, one, as a movie person and loving James Bond, just seeing the history of the Aston Martin and how synonymous it is with that franchise, and seeing one of the few games that are licensed to use those cars and in the likeness of what it is in that iconic series was great. Seeing the interviews was great. Seeing how much more they were putting it out and showing for Horizon was really something interesting. And then getting teases of other things that are coming out. But the fact that they were so focused on Horizon shows that they're committed to when the games that they have coming out is about to come out, they're going to give it the spotlight. Some people may not like that. I think it's great because they're putting that game in the forefront and saying, hey, we have this. This is what it's going. We're going to give you a lot about it. Enjoy it. I think that's something great to do. And they had some other smaller segments that were kind of around, but I mean that's been kind of what happens with every show. It's like some things are really cool and interesting, some not so much for certain people, but all the talk about Forza Horizon has me legitimately super stoked, and seeing what's coming with that has just been great. And especially the announcement of I think we weren't talking about it, but the keyboard and mouse support announcement that they came with the partnership with Razer. I am absolutely excited for that because that's
We're not
further.
talking about that yet, but okay.
I thought no, I just went through the list. We're not talking about it, but I want to bring it up because it was an announcement I liked, because I think it's awesome that they're bringing keyboard and mouse support. Is that they're bridging that gap between that we've been seeing built between Xbox and the Windows gaming on PC and stuff, and how they're trying to bring it together. Now I just hope that yeah, there's going to be some things that people aren't going to like with it. Hopefully devs take advantage of using it to help build player pools, and giving those who don't want to play with keyboard and mouse can have that option. But I also want to see the fact that a lot of Xbox games are going to PC, that we see some of those PC games make the transition over, especially like RTSs like Age of Empires. Those kinds of things make that comeback, and we can kind of see that support, especially with the Gears Tactics that was going to be PC only. Maybe we'll see that being able to be on Xbox with the keyboard and mouse support enabled. Maybe we'll see some of those PC only games be able to be played on a console because it supports keyboard and mouse. Yeah, it'll be weird for a lot of people, but they'll have that option. I think that's something that's great.
And that's one thing about it, is all about the options. What about you, Live? What was the good and the bad for Inside Xbox to you?
Hey, I'm all about Forza, so more for I learned a lot with the, other than the regular season stuff. They got other things that they're doing rollouts for. So I mean, that's dope. Doing that, they really going to be supporting this game heavy. So to me, that was hot. The Tomb Raider thing, that was dope, because we knew it was getting DLC, but I didn't know like what that entailed. And they said there's going to be a multiplayer
co-op. Yes,
co-op Tomb thing, and I was like, oh, that's dope. So that was big. What else? Trying to remember, is obviously the EXO thing. What else did they talk about?
Well, talk about Forza. They did they talked about Dolby.
Oh yeah. Well,
the
that's
Dolby
cool for,
Vision.
Yeah, talking about cats that got like 4K and up, or is it 2K and up? I think it's 2K and up. Right?
It's 2K and up.
Yeah, so if you got 2K and up, you have access to use that Dolby nits or whatever the hell it is.
It's Dolby Vision, yeah, but it's something that is automatically mess with the nits, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm cool with that as long as it does it automatically and I don't gotta fuck with it. that's cool. I'm trying to think what else. There was a lot of shit on there. I like that they did the whole games with gold and Game Pass like announcements there, even though that games with gold is shit. I mean, for the most part, I don't really give a fuck about none of that shit. But the Game Pass stuff.
Oh, lady, be happy about Overcooked.
Well, I already have it though.
I don't, but I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I didn't buy it. I think we already got it with games with gold. Or no, you know what? It's in Game Pass. That's why.
Yeah.
Is it? I didn't know that.
I like the current shoes. I think shoes was fly.
Ah!
They were fire. I'm sorry.
I didn't even pay attention to his shoes.
Fire.
Listen, he hangs out with Aaron Greenberg, so he's gonna have his kick game.
His shoe game is gonna be legit. Yeah, Aaron Greenberg's shoe game is fire.
There's something that people not paying attention to. That Dolby Vision was very important, and that even though people don't maybe watch TV, watch movies on that level, but a lot of these Blu-ray companies, Blu-ray player makers companies, and these TV manufacturers, they'll make you buy a new TV and won't add that support. They act like it's impossible to do. So for Microsoft to have the HDR10 support and then to jump out with another software update for that Dolby Vision is very important, because you don't have to go out there and get another TV or item or Blu-ray player to play these formats. But a lot of these companies push you into that direction to sell the next $2,000 TV to you. So that was kind of big itself on a
Yeah,
tech
no,
side.
it really was. Yeah. Did you have anything else you want to add to that live? Oh, okay. All right, cool. That's fine. All right. People are quick on that mute button today, Jack. They got other things to do. All right. So let's I personally, yeah, I do I'm excited. There were I thought the show was good because that's me. I mean, you call me a fanboy. I just like to know what's going on. It's something that we were so adamant that we wanted Xbox to do a couple of years ago, and they're doing it, and now we still hear people just complain about it. And I just like, you don't have to watch it. It is campy sometimes, but I thought that it was really cool. And the biggest thing on Inside Xbox was the XO event, Mexico City, baby. And man, like there was a great announcement here from Killer Phil. The time seems to come. We've been talking about this for months, all of us, about that there were rumors going around that Xbox were not done, and that they were going to have an event. There were so many people that were dogging us, that was clowning, especially the fact that because it's just the fanboys out there just want. They want something to be said. They want something to be seen right then and there. They're so anxious. But Xbox kept everything close to vest, and especially after Gamescom, you didn't really hear anything. And then I think it was the Inside Xbox right after that, you didn't hear anything. And then so it was kind of like, Xbox, this might have been a joke, but it's here, and it's coming November 10th. I forgot what time it was going to be. I think it's like 11:30. I don't know.
Let me pull up the information.
Yeah, 11:30 or something like that, whatever time. But I'm definitely excited about it. So this is the nitty gritty. So I'm going straight to you, Delilah. I know you're sick, but I know you want to talk about it. So we don't know what's going to be there, but I want to know what you think is going to be there, what you want to be there, and just let it rip, let it all hang out. What is your dream show, and what is it that you expect, just in case if the dream is not going to fulfill your palate?
My dream show would be them to announce 2 studio acquisitions, and to show some sneak peeks at some of the exclusives that they're working on.
What 2 acquisitions?
I would say Obsidian because it's been rumored a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I'm guessing the formation of a new studio. I really wanted to pick up Armature, but that's a whole.
What did they make?
Did Recore.
Oh,
yeah, really?
They're the studio that was working with Shinji Mikami on that.
Yeah, and
I knew that.
Moon Studios did Ori, but of course that's my own personal kind of thing, but. I mean, I don't expect any of those things to happen. I expect them to just, maybe they will talk about acquisitions, but they said they had some announcements to say there, so.
Yeah, they did.
We could expect to hear that, I guess. Either way, it's exciting because EXO used to be a huge event they did every year, kind of like PSX, but they made it invite only. And I think it's cool that they're doing it around the Mexico Fan Fest because they're going to have 10,000 fans already there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be lit. I'm excited for it. So.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be lit.
It's
going to be lit. It's going to be lit because, as you know, Xbox has been triumphant in Latin America. In Brazil, that's Xbox country. And in Mexico, I didn't know that Xbox dominated out there as well. So to have at FanFest 10,000 people, that's just at FanFest. That's crazy. Like I don't know how many you might think how many people you think that was at the FanFest at E3? Got to guess.
How many people?
It was supposed to be 400.
Yeah, 400, 500, something like that.
Yeah, 400 or 500 compared to 10,000. That's
a lot of people.
That's going to be lit, Jack.
Are you gonna try and go?
No. I'm gonna nip that in the bud.
I would love to go to Mexico City.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting about Mexico City? I'm glad they picked that because they already got a building there. They got Microsoft Tech Center is there.
Yep.
So I think they're just utilizing that space. It's already going to be an event that's was already happened prior to announcing XO. So to use it for a gaming function or need is just super dope and convenient for them. And
Yeah,
I find it ironic that PSX is being canceled this year. So
yeah, we'll get
like
into that
that,
too. Yeah, this is it's getting juicy.
the plot thickens.
The plot thickens. Yes, yes, yes. It seems like Xbox is finally making that turn, and it's official. Seems like Killer Phil is ready to pull out his blade and get to chopping. All right, Infamous. What do you think about this whole situation with XO? Were you excited about? Well, you said you didn't know.
I didn't know. No, because I want someone to enlighten me because they said this is a show that came out already, but they bringing it back. Am I correct?
Okay, so let me see if I can explain it to you.
Okay.
XO used to be a show that during the 360 era they did every year, sometime every other year, and they would have like announcements. They would announce accessories. They would announce they announced their rare acquisition at one of them. They announced other partnerships and released like brand new trailers outside of E3, which was interesting, right? Because E3 would be like, here's a big show, and then they would also have big announcements at XO. So it was kind of like you was getting double dose every year, and that's how Xbox kind of improved as far as marketing, keeping people abreast to like what was going on. And when the Xbox, when the original Xbox, when the Xbox One came out, not the OG, but the new one, 2013, came out, it's like that all cut out, that all stopped. I don't know whether the budget got changed or what, but it's like XO was fire. They would have sections for the media. They have like demo stations for all them to try new stuff. It was like E3, but it's explicit for Xbox. It was like all Xbox event, kind of like what they do for FanFest, but on a larger scale. Because FanFest is kind of like since some lady was in at FanFest, it's like a remnant of that, but it's definitely nowhere near the scale. I mean, you still have the parties, you still have the meetups and stuff like that, and the games, but it's just on a broader scale.
I think it's a good thing, based on what Delilah is telling me on this, that it seems like Microsoft always finding avenues to promote as much as they could possibly can. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a good thing. And also it informs consumers who don't have an Xbox, what they're missing out. And I think it's good. What's the problem? I don't think it's a problem. I think it's a very good thing. I can't wait to actually watch this, because I never watched it before. So
I feel like people who know what XO is, it's like, they OG for real, like OG Xbox fans for real, because they know what XO is, know what it was, how big it was. And so I think this is definitely them giving a nod to like, OG Xbox fans, we hear you, we see you, this is for you. So.
And I think that's a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think people should in other gaming company I personally think that PlayStation and Nintendo should take more of this approach towards their customers and be more engaging into them, so they can be more informative of their products. Because maybe, to me, it's like they too good to show shit like an XO or shit like an Inside Xbox. You know what I mean? Just if you have it, you should. I think it's great. I really think it's great. They should. I can't wait to watch the episode, so my virgin eyes can see what everyone is talking about. That's it.
Okay. Cool.
I definitely hope that they don't do it like Inside Xbox. He did mention there's gonna be another Inside Xbox. I'm like, oh Lord, no.
Well, he did.
Go back to what y'all did at XO.
Yeah, but no, he did basically say this is back to the tradition, and he also, what he missed the point on was that it's going to travel. So it's going to go to different cities. So every year, once they have an XO event, it's going to go to Texas, Chicago, New York, or whatever. I mean, I know it would never come to my lovely state of Oklahoma, but damn sure believe if it's in Texas, I'm right there. If it's in Kansas,
that's what I was going to say. Like if it's close,
Yeah, it's just that's 3 hours away, Jack. That's no problem for me. That and like what my homeboy say, it's gonna be a breeze. I'll be there, Jack. So anyway, let me go ahead to Mr. Informer. I was saying Mr. I was gonna try to do the little song, Informer. But never mind, I messed up. I failed tremendously. Anyway, Knuckles, what did you think about XO, the announcement of XO? What are some of the things that you would, in Fantasyland, what would you think that Xbox would bring to the show, and what do you expect Xbox to bring to show on XO?
Oh man, when I heard that, I remember reading about some of the XO events during the 360 days, because when I first got the 360, I got so caught up in Xbox, I literally subscribed to the OXM, the official Xbox magazine, for like 2 years, and like kept up with every little thing that I could. And hearing the announcement that it's coming back this year, and probably what people consider a tumultuous time for the Xbox right now, they've been coming out hard this year, and we've seen that since E3, and they've kept that momentum going a bit. Some people may have felt that what was it? Gamescom was a little bit weaker, but we know to expect that. And now seeing what they're doing with their show and then bringing it back, especially with how they brought back Inside Xbox and everything, it's been great. I did look up the time. It is going to be 3 to 5 Central, and they will be streaming it on Twitch and Mixer so people can watch it.
It's on a Saturday too, which is awesome.
Yes, it is. And I honestly think we should all stream it live together. That's just me. But the announcements, he made some very vague hints about big announcements that came on, especially when he mentioned Rare, because Rare was probably one of the biggest things that came out of XO, besides a lot of the accessories they released back in the day. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people looked at the Rare acquisition as something that was completely out there that they didn't think would happen after the long relationship with Nintendo and Rare. And a lot of people may have hated Rare at that time, saying they lost their touch, they sold out, this, and that. But we've seen how Rare's kind of built themselves back up and are doing their own thing again. And like Delilah, I expect to at least see them make another acquisition announcement. We've heard about Obsidian. I would say that they would make 2, and one of them I would say would be a big announcement, which would be Obsidian in my mind, because of the fact that Obsidian has talent working on AAA games and have so much talent working on so many different genres. If you think about everything that they've helped with, especially RPGs. They've worked on many different types of RPGs, and they've worked on Fallout New Vegas, most recently their biggest isometric RPG being Pillars of Eternity. That one just launched. And I think that it would be great to see what talent they could do, because they have worked across so many different genres. And looking at Alpha Protocol, that game that came out, they worked on a turn-based RPG with helping out with the South Park game. They have so much different diversity across genres within RPGs. It would be great to have that other mix, because we're going to look at still the possibility of Fable coming out with that. And I would expect that to be announced, to make it official and things like that, not just these vague hints that we've kind of seen for months. But another acquisition I would like to see them make is a AAA or AA studio, an independent studio that works on other games, to kind of fill out that variety that a lot of people see. Because there are great...
Give us the name of one.
A AA or AAA studio I would like to see... Oh, that's a hard one, because I'd have to think, but just seeing one that could come, like when she mentioned Armature, I wouldn't say they're AAA or anything like that. I think they're more AA, even though they did work on Recore. They haven't worked on anything outside that, so that would be something interesting. But I'd have to go in to look at a lot more independent studios that I would like to see out. But there's so many possibilities that they can do with this show. They would obviously announce more partnerships that they're working on. We know that they've made a big thing with their partnership with Samsung, and now we see that they're working with Razer with the keyboard and mouse. So I would expect them to make another big partnership announcement to kind of show, hey, look, we're looking at technology and how we can blend that with Xbox and make more accessible and everything coming out, because we've seen that they're doing marketing partnerships, especially like with them being the what was the soccer club or the football club that they announced a partnership with? Real Madrid. You know, they're the sole marketing with support for Real Madrid. And that's a great thing because especially out in Spain and over there in the EU, soccer is king out there, and them getting a partnership for that team, which is very big out there, that's a great thing. We've seen how big they are with Brazil and Mexico, other big soccer countries and things like that. They're marketing in ways that we may not be seeing here in the States, but they are making it on the international scale where it matters, in ways that it matters. And I would love to see more partnership announcements on what they will plan on doing for the future.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Everybody in the chat, definitely let me know what to if it's going to be two. It could be just one. It might. It's going to be somebody that they're going to pick up. That's been rumored too heavy in those gaming streets. So I do think that they're going to pick up one. But let's have some fun and say two. So everybody in the chat, let me know which two you would love. I already seen somebody say Obsidian and Remedy. That would be dope. But Triple Cup Chuck, what is your thoughts about the XO event? Are you excited about it? What do you think that Xbox is going to announce?
Anyway, I seen, y'all remember on Forza how it was getting like over 90 in a Metacritic, and then that's when Sony announced crossplay, and then that was like the big punch back. Mm-hmm. Now Microsoft is coming back with a XO, and they having Sony now. Then they know Microsoft probably gonna announce something big. So instead of coming out there repeating what they were saying, they just gonna kind of like gracefully bow out, knowing that the media ain't gonna really bite on it, and just kind of let them fade out because it's Sony. The media are darlings; they can get away with just about anything.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Oh man, my rants don't be as long, man. My win ain't that damn long.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. After Knuckles, I just
yeah.
After Knuckles, I don't know. I think he's gonna keep on going. I was letting you go have the floor. Oh man. Anyway, all right. What about you, 108 Dragons? What are you excited about this?
I'm extremely excited.
Yes, that's what I need. I'm excited. I know Delilah's excited, but bless her heart, she's excited. She's trying to do what she can do.
Let me tell you something.
Excitement. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. The last time XO was important, they announced the acquisition of Rare.
Yeah.
Before plate PSX.
Sea of Thieves.
Nintendo.
Don't you forget it.
Microsoft been doing this. And for them to stop shows you that they got away from what made them successful. Mm-hmm. It's good to see it coming back. Now, what I want to see is hits. I want to see good information. We can come away and say, damn. Because every XO that was out there was no complaints. There was no frowns. There was no disappointments. There was no boredom. That's not a word, but I just made that up.
I know. That's okay. Jesse Jackson Jr.
But it's true, man. XO, The Return, it's a dedicated Xbox show for those people who don't know what it is. They usually drop fire. The production level is over the top. There is really, it used to be really scripted situations, but just to see them even touch back on their roots, they know where they coming from. The direction is crazy. Let me tell you something. I told my man something today, right? He hard on everything. Xbox needs to do more. I said, first of all, Xbox One X has outsold the S. 22% increase in company revenue. They announced a new development to companies. They announced that they might have over 600 new devs. And now XO, we moving into the future looking great, baby. This is what you want from a company that's been kicked in the teeth from their wrongdoings from 2013. XO is just the tip of the iceberg, man. This is fantastic news for gamers that love the Xbox platforms, and to see Microsoft humble itself and just take it back to the old school routes. That's what I'm talking about. I'm very excited. Because I assumed that the insider was going to be XO. So now there's two different situations. I'm even more excited because XO is definitely more of a focus. Facts.
Okay, so what for the requirements? What two studios do you think? One or two studios do you think Xbox would announce on that show or event?
You know, they like that storytelling. I would like to see them acquire Telltale. They done.
Telltale's done.
Yeah,
That company's done. I wouldn't touch Telltale with a 10-foot
behind that
pole.
company.
10-foot pole.
Great storytellers. People keep saying Bluehole, but I don't think Bluehole's on a technical level of Microsoft. You know, they got a lot of like high school programmers, but I don't know who the second one would be, man, off the top of my head. But I think Telltale would be a lovely pickup for Microsoft, and they invest in that money into, you know, first party and storytelling, and I think that would be a great acquisition. I wouldn't touch Telltale after. I mean, they're done anyway. But I mean, it's the fact that after how they treated their employees, they're kind of like Konami, in my opinion. And also like I would rather them pick up Crytek if that's the case. And Crytek is another one that would be an excellent pickup. I said that like 2 videos ago. I would like that. But I'm gonna tell you the difference when you know, one of my boys, you know, I ain't gonna say his name, but he's a regional manager at GameStop. And you know, GameStop is really not for the employee, and he went for an interview. Microsoft don't play that negative employee stuff. They are pro employee. So if you work for Microsoft, you better be with the company and employees, because if you're not, they treat their employees very well, and that's a fact. So, you know, I wouldn't worry about that working for Microsoft. So if they picked up Telltale, they would definitely have to change their ways.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. What about you, Livewire? What do you think about the XO event and on all of that good stuff? I mean, do you want to? What two requirements would you want Xbox to bring? I don't know why we keep saying two, because it gets to be one, but you know, it's like I said, it's fun to imagine big.
I just want to see sneak peeks and new games. That'd be nice. And some Crackdown. That's why I think Crackdown's pretty much given at this point. They don't show that. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But yeah, I just, you know, I don't know if it's Fable or whatever they have, but you know, sneak peek at something, but peek behind the curtain. You know, something that they feel that they can show and not get a bunch of crap for. Not that people won't complain, because you know they will. Somebody gonna be crying. I guarantee it. Matter of fact, you're gonna have people doing podcasts crying about XO before it even come out.
Are they not already doing that? I thought
I was going to say, I think they're already doing it. I don't know. I don't be paying attention to that trash.
Hey, y'all could imagine if they don't show Crackdown at XO, how people gonna react to that?
Well, I think everybody should record.
They're gonna be on life support. They're gonna be panic attacks. Cats gonna be out in the street faking.
Yeah. But Phil Spencer also laid out a tweet though this week saying, and it was crazy because the media went out and used it as clickbait, saying that Phil isn't feeling supportive, or it wasn't. I'm not saying it properly word for word, but basically that Phil is feeling reserved about Crackdown 3 because Phil said in his tweet, he said, I was playing Crackdown 3, loving it. There's still some work to be done, but I can't wait to have, for the people to play it. So of course they spun into like, oh, this game isn't complete. Look, it would make no sense for Phil Spencer or anybody to come out and say this game is 100% done and it's running great. And I'm saying, and I'm having a blast, because people are like, where the hell is it then? You see what I'm saying? So you have to kind of throw a little spin out there to just say, well, the game still needs a polish here, polish there. I mean, we've been hearing for ever since we was at E3 that the game was damn near complete and ready to go. They just want to move it because of all the big titles that are coming out this at the end of this year, and Crackdown would definitely be overshadowed. You know what I'm saying? So it just wouldn't make any sense for Crackdown to come right now, especially with all the scrutiny that it's got.
The thing is like the same people that say Crackdown is a trash game and shouldn't even be made, are the same people making videos talking about, I'm very concerned about Crackdown. I'm like, what? For real? You concerned about a game you don't care about? Okay, that's a new one.
Hey, for more. Hey, live, but check this out though. Like when people they got like Crackdown. Let's say if the game was finished a long time ago, right? And then you know how it looked at first. So they just send back you. If you're an artist, you know, if you see some of your work, you can always go back and touch it up. Like, oh, let me put a little bit more paint on here. Let me spread a little bit more here. Let me fade a little bit there. So when he's saying, oh, it needing a little bit more work, that because the game still got more time, they can still go back in there with the paintbrush dipping in some paint and give it that one extra stroke. Look how on Terry Crews looked from the old with Terry Crews when they first showed us to how it looked now. And back then they were saying the game was complete. They were just doing touch-ups. What you see, a lot of the touch-ups. So this game might even look even more extraordinary than what it did the first time.
Right. I mean, I definitely think that game is going to be shown on. I definitely think it's got to be shown, but I think it's going to be there, and multiplayer has got to be shown because that was, you know, you had me and so many other people hype behind it.
Beta now,
right? Oh, that would be stupid. Or December or something because the game comes out in what February, March, something.
Yeah.
Like that. So
they need to say beta now.
Something like that.
Yeah. So anyway, I do have some juicy information since people were talking about Obsidian, and I laid it out in the beginning of the before we started the show, and I want to get your guys' thoughts about this. A lot of rumors going on, and Knuckles, I've got to ask you this question because the pictures that I showed you about that was supposed to be leaked pictures of Fable. What did you say that those pictures look like to you?
Oh, the pictures that I sent you were showing that they were actual concept art for a project in development under the name of Project Berserk. And the artist who actually did it, me and one of the guys from my show, from the Smash, Soul King is an artist, we recognize that some of the art is reminiscent to an anime that we know known as Berserk. And we think that it's very heavily influenced by that series because a lot of the art, especially the one where you see the man kneeling with the hawk mask in front of the sun, is a scene from the anime itself because that's a character known as Griffith. Okay. So we're thinking that it's a possibility that if this is a project that is currently in production at Playground Games, that as we've seen with the relationship building with Bandai, that it's possible that Playground and Microsoft may have made a deal with Bandai to use that license for a game. Okay. But we don't. We currently don't know.
Okay, Knuckles. Okay, Knuckles. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get to what I was trying to say. Okay, so this is what's been going around in circles, and it looks quite believable right now, and it would make a lot of sense for Microsoft to make this acquisition because it has been highly rumored. I'm hearing this from a whole bunch of credible people. Now, like I said, this is just a rumor that Playground Games rejected of doing Fable. And so those prototype pictures that were shown, because that's why I was kind of like, well, if this is supposed to be what Fable is going to look like, this is a complete reboot. Like this is a remat. This is way away from. Yeah, this is crazy. Like this is their own Fable. But if they did do something that was linked up with Bandai, that would make a lot of sense with those pictures that were shown, and also that they're saying that Obsidian, it would be the next in line to take over the Fable franchise, and that announcement would be at XO. Now, like I said, this is a rumor. It's really been a high buzz, but the one thing that I want to ask you on the panel is this: like, how credible do you think that this could be, and what would this do with the Fable series? Like, I mean, with the franchise, like because. Playground Games is from Europe. Rare is from Europe, but Obsidian isn't. So if Obsidian was to get this, or any other place that's not in Europe to give Fable that dry humor, would you be interested in Fable, or would you want to kind of completely just do a complete reboot since Fable has been gone for so long? What do you guys think?
Okay, let me touch down on that real quick.
Okay. All right. Cool.
as far as the dry humor, now that's one of the best parts of playing Fable is their dry humor. With Obsidian, like to me the biggest banger to me is Fallout New Vegas, and they have excellent writing in there. So they do have their dry jokes and their quirkiness. So I hope it's true because I want to see something fresh. I want to see something different. I want it to be different, but not stray away from the core Fableness of it. Like your choices matter. If you're gonna be a good or a bad person, it depends. You know what I mean? But with Obsidian, like I said, if this is true, I'm triple cup. I'm diving because I want Obsidian to do more RPGs, and they haven't done anything that caught my eye in recent times. So I cannot wait. Now the concept art, Bloody Knuckles, is there a possibility that you can send a link of the art to the chat?
It's in the it's in the DMs, the GRG DMs.
Yeah,
okay.
I can re-get them for you, but
I got it.
Yeah, because some people in the chat want to see him and they don't. So I want them.
It looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
It looks wild. It doesn't look like Fable. Like I was like, Fable is going on a whole nother level because these are actual concept pictures that will be in whatever game is coming from Playground Games.
Yeah, and that's why when Soul mentioned it, he said it was from the person that he got, who's an artist and that put it up, said it was under project name Berserk. And when we looked through it, we were all talking because we're just like, yo, this doesn't look like no Fable. It's like, unless they're doing a separate project, we know exactly what this looks like.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing about what I wanted to be like, for me, like my ideal Fable. I want the core foundations of Fable, but I want it in a totally new direction. I don't want it to be as cartoony. I don't want to have the bullshit missions of catching chickens or grabbing some rings and stuff like that.
Hey, Chicken Chase is iconic.
Man,
as long as I can still have multiple wives and have children, I'm good, Jack.
Oh, just be careful of them STDs.
The STDs, bro. Them STDs.
I know.
You forgot about that.
I know. I did forget about that. I did. I was piping hot a couple of times, but that's okay.
So,
Johnson. Anyway,
if it's true, I cannot wait to see what. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm Obsidian been good with me, so I can't wait to what they come up with if this is true.
Well, it's still it's Obsidian. It just would make sense all the way around, but that would mean that it would be a different type of Fable because it isn't made by a European country. And who's to say that? I mean, they can still put some kind of dry humor in it because didn't you say Knuckles Obsidian made South Park? So
yeah,
I mean,
they did.
So yeah, I know that the writers were from the South Park show, but still, you know what I'm saying?
They had that experience.
Yeah, they got that experience. So I don't know, Delilah, if you could talk. I mean, what do you think about this rumor?
If it's Obsidian, then I think it's great. They definitely got the RPG chops, so I wouldn't mind if it is them. Okay. I think that they would have to do something in regards to capture that UK humor. Because people are going to be looking for that. It's very coupled with Fable, like that whole feel and style. But yeah, I mean, if it's Obsidian, I think that's a fantastic move. Microsoft. I mean, I think I said this a couple shows ago, but Microsoft need a dedicated RPG shop that can nail those mechanics. You know, I mean, they could put that in games, and if you got one studio that's able to focus on those little things, then they could share information across teams and make sure that action adventure games have the proper elements and things like that too. So to me, it's just a win-win. I feel like it's a great move if they pick Obsidian. The track record's good. The Metacritic scores are good. We know Microsoft is looking at that. The team is not too big. You know what I mean? It's a nice sized team. I think they're hovering around between 150, 170. So I think that's a decent size for a team. It's got great management. You know, so I think it'd be a great addition.
All right, good deal. What about you, Livewire? I mean, what do you think?
Hey man, they got a new studio. That's cool with me, man. This is my thing. I was never sold on Playground Games having to only do Fable. You know, so whatever they did, I would be cool with. You know, but if they're not going to do Fable, that's even more interesting to me because it's like, damn, what are they planning to do if they're not doing Fable?
Yeah, that's the key. And I mean, go ahead, Delay.
I was gonna say, and I'm thinking because we all know how big Ninja Theory is. They got 100+ people on their team, and they only use 25 of those dudes to make Hellblade. So what the other 125 people were doing, like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So
and Xbox, and hold on, Xbox is now hired 500 additional developers to go to Playground Games, Ninja Theory, and the Initiative.
Well, this is
just because they got high numbers, I mean they got the talent. Like that's the thing that kills me.
No, well, the Initiative is like Don will detest to this. Will definitely admit will detest to this is that the Initiative is like quadruple A level. Like your background has to be insane. So like like to adding 500 to 600 new developers to Playground Games to all these. I don't know if it's to 343 to all of them, but I know that for a fact that they've hired 600 new devs to start working on multiple games. They're not Microsoft isn't playing around. I mean, well, I say Xbox is not playing around. Go ahead, Chuck.
I say check this out, K Mega. Look, boom. All right, Ninja Theory. That's the one that made that Hellblade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft required them. They're a small studio, right?
Right.
They need to expand. What just crumbled?
Telltale.
What studio just crumbled? What type of games they make?
Story-driven games.
And Hellblade on the people with Hellblade, they'll be the perfect fit to pull a lot of the main developers off the Telltale, and they could be a straight fit right there. They could pretty much make the same similar type games, and that studio could be the studio that could work strictly in Game Pass. Well, they do episodic games that come out every month for your Game Pass. That way every month you at least have some type of episodic game to look forward to that you're paying your $10 a month for.
See, I look at it different. I look at it as like making sure you have a good team. I mean, I just don't want what they call it in football. I don't want warm bodies. You know what I mean? I don't want camp bodies. I want actual talent.
Yeah, that's why they could grab some of the best.
I mean, these numbers to me, when you guys say like 500, 600, that sounds great. But do they got the talent though? They could be people doing rinky dinky games, only doing 2D side scrollers. Like I need to know that they got the chops to be able to make AAA quality content.
Yeah.
Well,
go ahead.
I look at things completely different than you all looking at it. Like it's like cool, yay, 600 developers. But I'm like, really though? Like, are they good though? Like I guess I'm just looking at it in a different light.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Like what Ninja Theory is. I think people think Ninja Theory is expanding their team. It's just making like this one big team that's going to work on this one big game. I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they kind of found their thing with Hellblade, and you might see one of their teams get a little bit bigger, but I believe that they're going to have a lot of smaller teams similar to the team that made Hellblade. So you're going to see maybe one game that takes 4 to 5 years to come out, but then they're going to have a couple of games that'll be like a year and a half, 2 years, that'll come out like a Hellblade of sorts or something else like that. I think that's what Microsoft is looking at. That's why they're looking at smaller teams. You're going to get a way faster turnaround. You're looking for somebody who can make a good product fast, and it provides time for those bigger games to come out. Because if you have all these big games, then you end up like PlayStation, and that means you end up with a long-ass drought before all your games come out. You see what I'm saying? So that's why Microsoft, I think they're like, no, we need to have those medium teams, and we'll have our big teams. So it'll be like we'll have a bunch of games coming in, and then a big one, and then another bunch of games coming in, and then a big one, versus a long-ass drought, nothing, and then big game. But now you got all these big games coming out at the same time, and they're eating each other alive.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, Live. I mean, Delilah, what do you think about that? I mean, Do you agree with that?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what he's saying. He think it's gonna be broken up into medium teams, which is, to me, that's a good move. I think team culture goes a long way, and I feel like Microsoft picked these teams because of their team culture and because they were able to deliver. So yeah.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Okay.
The struggle is real, man.
Okay.
The struggle is real for her, man.
Oh.
So anytime that you want to jump in, Delilah, just jump in. I'm not
Okay.
going to even
You called on me, so I had to feel like I had to answer.
I know, but we were so there struggling. I was like, oh my God, I'm sorry. But anyway, Infamous. I mean, do you kind of agree with what Live is saying? Because I think Live has hit the hammer on the nail. Exactly what I'm thinking about what the strategy of what Microsoft is trying to do with their exclusive lineup. What do you think?
I agree with Live. I mean, they have to break it down. They have to make smaller teams to focus on different projects. I agree with him for like, I rarely say that, but
I just be saying wild. All right, whatever, man.
he's still a homie, but
Look, a broken clock is right at least twice a day.
Okay, I'm just saying. I agree with Live. I'm not even gonna get at him. I'm not gonna disagree with him. He is absolutely right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I want to kind of jump in on this with them hiring so many and stuff. But before I do that, because people were wanting to see, I did find the pictures and I do have them right here. And I'm going to share my screen for a second to show everyone here. So these are the pictures that were sent to me from my artist on my show, who got these from one of the artists at Playground who had posted them up.
And
so
you got it from me. So I mean, I can't get no props for this. I mean,
yeah. So right here, this
looks like there's a car in here.
Hey, too bad they ain't real though.
No, this is actual concept art from
this is
the
concept.
art.
Yeah, this is from the game, from what the gameplay.
And it's under
like the Witcher mixed with something.
Well, see right here, this character right here is what kind of triggered, what kind of got us talking, because this looks like what the main character Guts and
they look like Wakanda.
Yeah, but right here, this
don't look like no Wakanda.
Man, get out of here with that. This was the main picture where we were talking, because this is where it was codenamed under the Berserk Project. And this was a scene directly from the anime series that we were talking about. And we had heard that Playground Games, with their new studio, had wanted to do something, but originally it was rejected, and that either they were offered Fable and rejected and were still able to do the new project that they're doing on, which is under this name, or that it was that they are doing two projects at the same time, one being Fable, one being this. But it is just something that we had brought up and we're talking about when we saw this art coming from this artist working at Playground Games.
That tornado.
Let it go back to the tornado. Go back to the tornado.
You want me to pull up the tornado again? All right, hang on.
Yeah, it looked like it had an eye.
Don't talk. Don't talk. We can't talk.
This right here. Yeah, this is the tornado that they were showing that was in the concept art right here.
Yeah, it looked like I literally have an alien eye.
Yeah, it does look it does look like that, because you do have like a mini tornado within a hurricane right here with the way that it's opened up. Yeah. But when we first saw that and we're talking about it, we thought it was really interesting on what the code name that it was under and what we recognized as Japanese enthusiasts and fans, how closely with the name of it resembled something that we know very wholeheartedly in and out.
Now, remember, guys, if you could go back a couple of years when Microsoft was very adamant about that they were wanting to work on a game that was on the same scale of Horizon Zero Dawn. Because they love that game. Remember how a lot of us Xbox gamers were like, hey, can you talk about Halo Wars 2? You know what I'm saying? Instead of over here talking about Zelda and talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. This game looks more to me like on the same wavelength of what Horizon Zero Dawn would look like if it had a sequel more so than a Fable.
Yeah, but with this project and knowing the series, it is definitely going to be open because of how the series is. However, this is going to be a mix between Horizon Zero Dawn, if it is in that aspect, as well as God of War, because the main character is brutality to the max. He's known as the 100 Manslayer for a reason because he killed 100 men in a single night.
And so if it's working with Bandai, that is a Japanese. That would be more like
a Japanese.
Japanese-esque RPG open world game, which Xbox has definitely been dying for. Is something on that realm. So I mean, like, look, I'm even more stoked because there was something that, like, Eric, there was somebody in the chat named Eric that was bringing it up. That Xbox needs, and I totally agree with him. The Xbox needs more Japanese-based games, exclusives, like something like this or Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, and more fighters. You know what I'm saying? Xbox do got a ton of fighters, but they're older games. If they can pull in some, you know what I'm saying? If they can pull in some deals to where they can bring the King of the Fighters, the King of the Fighters and Guilty Gear, that says a lot about what Phil Spencer is doing out there in Japan on trying to get a better rapport with the Japanese developer out there to bring those games over to Xbox. I mean, that's exactly what needs to happen.
I agree. And with what everyone was talking about, especially with Obsidian 2, if this is the full project that Playground is focusing on, and they do make an acquisition, having a studio like Obsidian doing Fable, it will be interesting because of the fact that with them already hiring all these other little studios and hiring more and acquiring them, you're getting a team that knows RPGs, that has worked across RPGs. And the fact is they still retained a lot of their talent left over from Lionhead Studios. They're at Rare, they're at other studios within the company, and some of them even started their own independent studio that is doing the Fable card game. It wouldn't be too much of a stretch to have them and Microsoft to reach out to them to work with whatever new studio does decide to work on the Fable franchise and say, hey, this is y'all's game. Y'all know the humor. They are going to work on it. We want y'all to consult because this is something that y'all know. Y'all can reinvent it together, keep that feel, keep that aesthetic or whatever that they want to do, but be able to keep the story that they want or start over again, as well as keeping that humor. Because the fact that the thing about it that makes it so good is not that it's just dry humor, it's English humor. English humor is not understood a lot here in the States. Is that the English humor is much different than American humor, so it's a little bit more vulgar, but it is very dry. Right. It's something that gives it its charm.
Hey, Bloody, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off because I'm gonna go lay down.
Okay, go ahead, lay down, Delilah.
Sorry, Lala.
Where can they find you at?
So you can find me on Twitter, Delilah_HD. I don't know if I'm gonna do the show tomorrow for Grown Man Gaming, but I might be there. Depends on how I'm feeling in the morning. I'll let you know how it goes, lady. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next week.
All right.
No problem.
Get well. Feel better. Thank you for coming on. That's a trooper, boy. That's a trooper, man. That's a trooper. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I just want to say one more thing about that before we go to the next topic. Is the opportunities is like this. This is exactly what the gamers is wanting. And somebody in the chat brought up and saying, well, that's all well and good. That was great, whoop-de-doo, but Xbox gamers only care about shooters and whatever else. Okay, but that's what Game Pass is all about. You know what I'm saying? For a gamer that
gamers care about is single players.
This was not a PlayStation fan that just said this in the chat though. It was an Xbox fan. And so the thing of it is that he could be completely right? I mean, I know that Lost Odyssey I think did pretty good. I don't know. I think Blue Dragon did better. I have no idea. I can't remember, right? But this is the thing. Game Pass changes all of that. You may not, for gamers out there to be like, look, man, I can go ahead and get a game that I'm familiar with because it's a shooter compared to this RPG. But now, since I have Game Pass, I'm going to boot this. I'm going to download this game, and I'm going to play the shit out of it. That's where the benefit of Game Pass is. It's to have a further reach than these type of games has ever had before. So that's what I think that kills that kind of argument. Because even if you're not a JRPG fan, if the hype is real from other Xbox fan and if this game looks astonishing, like anything like those pictures, you're gonna want to try to play this game just to see if you like it or not. And I know, you know what I'm saying, you know, curiosity kills the cat, and gamers are very curious. So I just wanted to leave it at that. Do anybody else want to say anything about this before we go to the next topic?
I'm sorry. No. Cut.
Okay, cut. All right, let's go. All right, so let's get on to it. Let's talk about some PS4. All right, listen, you know what I'm saying? PS4 is gonna be for the next two topics, and then we got one more topic to talk about. But let's not, you know what I'm saying? There's one big one that I want to really get into, is really juicy. But right here is what everybody's been talking about this week, is that PS4 is doing a quote unquote beta with Fortnite and crossplay. So we know that PlayStation has not been wanting to. It's been really stickler about crossplay and saying that the best gamers play here, gave every excuse, blah blah blah. But the question that I have to the panel is, and I'll start with you, Infamous, is what is the one reason why PlayStation is going on against their own philosophy with saying no to to crossplay, but saying yes to it now? And will they add more games to crossplay in the future, since this is just only for one game, Fortnite?
I'm gonna tell you, the only reason why they did crossplay is because of Fortnite. Do you know how much revenue they can get in Fortnite on a free game? So yeah, somebody done bump somebody's head and say, like, look, man, just do crossplay on Fortnite. Out of all the games that they, not even Rocket League, one of the most popular games, or I call it Rocket Lag, one of the most popular games out there. It's just me. You know me. I'm just pushing.
Shady.
But they could have did that backwards compatible. There was Destiny 2 could have been backwards compatible. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 could have been backwards compatible. All those games could be, you know what I mean? But they wanted to be greedy with the shit. They wanted to be greedy and didn't want to like participate in that. But as soon as Nintendo and Xbox did the damn thing with the crossplay, now they want to do something. Because last week I spoke on GWG that I thought that they were going to wait till next gen to do this. So for them to come out of straight left field with Fortnite being crossplay, it's only for the money. It's only for the money. It is only for the money. Will they do it? They should do it with Fallout 76, but word on the street is I don't think they're going to be able to do it or not. But it's just Fortnite. It's just Fortnite. I don't think that they're going to be dropping crossplay games left and right. It's just for this game.
Well, the unfortunate news about Fallout 76 is that for all the big shit that Bethesda was talking, they went ahead and they folded under the pressure to, I guess, Sony, and was saying, well, crossplay is not needed. We decided to scratch it after talking all this big game. And what really trips me out the most about this whole situation with that is that it seemed like they shot their load before they waited, and then PlayStation announced that they were going to do crossplay with Fortnite, and I'm pretty sure they're feeling pretty crunchy right now. But what do you think about this, Livewire? The whole situation with Sony doing the crossplay, do you think that they'll implement more games, or you think this is just a hoax? What the hell is going on here?
I don't think they'll implement more games, but if they do, it probably will be like a Rocket League type game. I don't see them doing it for Call of Duty or anything like that, at least not anytime soon. Maybe they'll probably have like some kind of policy, but like we'll do it for Evolved or some dumb shit like that.
Who plays Evolved though?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly why they'll do crossplay for it, because they don't feel like it affects them at all. You know, it just sounds good. Yeah, we decided to help, get the devs with Evolved or something like that. Yeah. So,
but good for the people that, I mean, don't let me I don't want to knock people who like Fortnite and stuff. That's just not my cup of tea. But I'm happy for the people who like Fortnite that can be able to play with other people of other consoles. I mean, that's a good thing. But I mean, I don't play Fortnite, so I'm completely out of that equation. I mean,
I don't play it either.
Man, most of my friends don't play Fortnite. most of my friends, most of my people that I play online with do not play Fortnite at all.
But the funny thing is like, you know, most of the people complaining about crossplay weren't really like Xbox people. I know Xbox people made fun of this shit, but if you're an Xbox person, you're not really caring about, you know, the crossplay between you and PlayStation like that. Now, the people that were pitching a fit were the people that were on PlayStation jumping on that Switch. You know, those are the people that was really, you know, raising up hell, because you ain't really hear shit about it until Switch got Fortnite, and then they realized that they shit didn't go back over. That's when the shit hit the fan. So,
Yeah, but you got to think about Sony. I mean, they still don't want crossplay, but I mean, they only had one option: either allow it now or wait till they get back all the way into the corner where they in the land of no return. So they know that you got these big companies like EA. You have like Take Two. You know what I'm saying? That's Grand Theft Auto. You got Activision. You got these big corporations. They even throwing it in the air. They won't cross play. So sooner or later, they're gonna start getting bolder and bolder with it. And all of a sudden, Sony gonna be bagged up in the corner. Microsoft gonna get some of these marketing rights, and they don't want to lose that momentum that they have. So right now is the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? You got Forza Horizon doing good in the Metacritic. They got over 90. Boom, drop crossplay. That's the whole purpose of doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect time and good strategy, good marketing. I mean, if you're a professional company and you got your back against the wall and you trying to scramble to get out, you're doing things like this here. I mean, that's just, to me, that's 101 what Sony had did. So I mean, I knew that it was coming because that was like something regardless. Like certain things that you know that's gotta happen is meant to have like next generation. If Sony do not do backwards and forward capability, they gonna get that same shit with that Microsoft DRM in 2013. Watch it. So they got to do it.
Facts. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Chuck.
The easiest way to do this here is attach everything to your gamer tag. So regardless of where you play it on, the license attached to your gamer tag, not the console. I mean, it's just break it down to a simple science.
I'm gonna say this: the only reason why this became such a big deal is because Fortnite is one of the few games that people actually do play multiple places. Because people play it on their phones, they play it on their consoles. Some people play it on their PCs. Some people play it on their Switches. You know, like so. So even if a person doesn't have a Switch, they might play it on their PlayStation and their mobile device. So the thing is, that's the reason why it became a big deal, because this game, people play it everywhere. You know?
Yeah, but I don't think it's not about the people though. It's not about the people. It's about the corporation. I mean, the companies and corporations. Because think about this here: you got a game. If you got Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and everything playing in one community, even if it's a smaller game, the community gonna be bigger. So, all the different game modes gonna be able to have fuller libraries. That means they could do better matchmaking and everything. So that means this game could live longer because it's the land of the multiplayer. I mean, people could accept it or not, but right now, multiplayer is king, and the king of making money, the king of sales, the king of what's going on. That's why you see the Microsoft money compared to the Sony money is Microsoft is king of the online multiplayer. Sony is the king of the single player one-time experience.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. Knuckles, you ain't said anything about this. What do you think, man? I mean, what is the explanation of why Sony buckled to crossplay all of a sudden?
Oh man, this one they were gonna have to fucking do it. They had no choice but to do it, because this is the one game that is a global phenomenon that everyone and their fucking mother plays this game. Everyone knows this game. There's a reason it's been downloaded over 90 million times. That it's on everyone's device. It's streamed by every major content creator out there. This was a game that no one would let Sony get away with. It's the one game. That's why we're not seeing it in Minecraft, even though that game is still selling like hotcakes still, and is still probably big. We're not going to see it on Rocket League, which is probably one of the biggest multiplayer games still out there and still has a dedicated esports. No, it's all focused on Fortnite because that's the big game right now. And the fact is, as soon as they mentioned not doing crossplay and using it to say, hey, you know, if you just play on PlayStation, you can play with PC and others, and it's the best place to play. And everyone's just like, bullshit, just do it. And what did they do? They kept deflecting every time they try to mention something else. And even in their statement that they're like, hey, we're going to open this up to a beta to test for the possibility of crossplay and other things, they still use that time to say, we want to make sure that we're still making PlayStation Network the best place to play this game, but we're going to allow you to play with everyone. It's just like, no, if you're going to beta test a crossplay, yes, use the biggest game out there, but also use others that everyone else is using. If they had done Minecraft at least alongside Fortnite, it would have been a lot better on their image. But the fact that they're using it on Fortnite was a given. They were going to have to cave at some point or another. Now, I think you brought up that Bethesda's kind of doubling back on what they were saying to Sony. It's not that they're necessarily doubling back. It's the fact of they already know how Fallout 76 is going to work, and it's not ready for crossplay as of right now. They made that announcement ahead of time that it wasn't going to have crossplay, even between Xbox and PC. Now, if you watch the interview with Pete Hines, he said that it can possibly come later, but that also depends on if Sony opens up to more crossplay for more games later. But as of right now, it wasn't built for crossplay. But the fact that Sony caved and had to open up crossplay for Fortnite was a given. It was going to happen. Because if they continue to be dickheads about it, like they were acting and being cocky, it was going to come back and bite them in the ass.
Right. Absolutely right. And that's the thing of it that's really just strange to me, but we already know what this is. I mean, it's, you know what I'm saying? Sony is over here testing the waters, seeing how many people are really going to do it. And hopefully that the PlayStation 4 gamers out there is playing it, utilizing it, because it's an option that I think all gamers should utilize. I mean, I really do. I think it's, you know what I'm saying, regardless of when people want to try to go back to say that the 360 didn't want to do it, it doesn't matter if 360 said no, we didn't want to do it, or if they said no because of the hacking situation that happened in 2010. Regardless, that's irrelevant now. It seems like Sony has gotten a lot better with taking care of their business on not getting hacked, not getting their customers' financial information hacked. I still don't trust it. I will never put my credit card information in a Sony product ever again.
Hell no.
No. Yeah, PayPal or just buy the cards, through Amazon, whatever. Right, but regardless, the thing of it is that it's an option, and it's good for Fortnite gamers. I've never played that game in person, never. I bought it, and I told this story many times, and all day, and them told me that the game was fire, it's gonna be dope, and then next thing you know, they told me that it was trash 2 days later after I bought it, and then I just never played the game, so I don't know how it plays. I've seen gameplay of it, but I've never actually played it. So it's Fortnite. I've never played it, so I have no interest in it. It's just not something that just catches my attention. But I know there's so many people that love it. But but for people's information to be locked down under somebody's paywall is gross. And of course, that will probably be the last thing that we'll talk about tonight is the paywall situation with Xbox and the free to play. But we're going to move on, and we're going to get to probably one of the biggest stories of the night. Next to the XO event is something that just popped up today, actually kind of right, maybe an hour or two before we started GRG, was that PSX was not going to happen this year. Now, there's a whole bunch of speculation of why, but the one thing that cracks me up, and I've seen my boy Super G showed me this. I looked on Twitter. I've seen some other stuff, and it's so reminiscent of 2013, 2014, 2015. And I remember when PlayStation was going through the sparse moment that they were saying that it was smart. Now we're seeing all of a sudden coming back from the grave that PSX, for them not bringing PSX, is sad but smart, or this why it's a good move for Sony not to bring PSX. I mean, it has not failed. The media has not failed us, ladies and gentlemen. And so I want to ask, I'm going straight to you, lady. How concerning is this as we've been having multiple years of PSX and we're actually been kind of looking forward to watching these things, regardless if they were a good show or bad, and especially on a high note of how good the last PSX was for the last 2 years. Why would you think Sony would not do PSX this year?
What they gonna show?
Oh shit! Don't do that.
It's the truth.
Oh, don't do that.
What they gonna show?
Well, don't do that. Come on.
What you mean?
Come on.
Come on, man.
Don't do that.
Okay. Look.
Oh shit! Don't do that.
If they're not gonna show anything different than what we saw at E3, which the E3 PlayStation presentation was but if they can't show the same shit, what are they? Okay, tell me what they're gonna show. They're gonna give me a release date.
You know what? I'm gonna be a Sony ambassador. Kratos would be happy for me right now. I'm gonna sit there and pretend that I signed.
Don't do that.
Pretend that I signed the Sony prayer package, which I never would. I'll never sell out. For no garbage ass PlayStation Pro. But the fact of it is just pretend for a minute. I'm gonna have to set you Xbox right. Okay, this is what they're gonna show at PSX 2018.
Okay, tell me.
Days Gone.
Okay, but we don't even have a release date for that.
Okay. Death Stranding.
They don't have a release date for that.
That's Kojima. He don't have to have a release date. It's Kojima.
I bought the PlayStation just for Death Stranding. Just for Death Stranding and The Last of Us. Them two games ain't coming out yet.
The Last of Us is coming out this year.
PlayStation.
Oh shit.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't do that, baby.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. All right, so you got Death Stranding, you got Days Gone, you got Ghost of Tsushima, You bots don't got nothing. Y'all don't have none of that. None of that.
How you looking at his game though?
That game do fire though.
That game is fire.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all ain't got Neo 2. I mean, I know it's so-called what these fanboys say now is multi-plat, but don't matter. Neo 2. What about that? And then plus, they also got the game that's showing that big ass dragon that's trying to eat that man. What are you talking about, bots? PlayStation got plenty to show at PSX 18.
Hey, do any of those games got PvP?
Oh my God, stop it. Don't do that.
Can I play with my friends on that game?
Huh?
Do you actually stop
Okay,
K-Maker,
okay, you said all the games that they could show, but why they're not showing it?
What about thank you, Chris. Thank you, Christopher. I know that man signed for the Pony Prayer package. He signed for his PlayStation Pro. Anyway, he said PS VR games. What do you bots got?
We got Samsung VR because most of us have that phone, which is better than the PSVR. Just saying.
Okay, and you know what?
For free. I mentioned
you're right.
I personally like. But what they're gonna show? But
they show Detroit though, and I love Detroit.
Everybody. Okay. I'm not saying.
And they'll show the Spider-Man DLC. What are you talking about? What do you bots want?
Wait. You're getting excited. Wait. You getting excited about the Spider-Man DLC a month after the game launches? Isn't that supposed to be included with the game? Are we getting mad about games not being finished at launch?
Yeah, because Spider-Man sold 3.3 million.
I think you're starting to miss it.
In 24 hours. I know it's like 3 days. You know how people do it. In 24 hours, 3.3 million. It's like probably at 20 million right now.
I don't think Sony,
ain't nobody playing that game no more.
People in Sony was not, and somebody in their marketing was like, you know what, we ain't gonna show nothing different that we feel like we shouldn't invest money on a PlayStation experience. Which is sad because it was last year, it was popping in LA for PlayStation experience. And for $60 a ticket, it wasn't that much it was not a big price tag for you to go see what your for for the PlayStation fans to see what they got in store. You feel me? So for them to cut that off, that's just so sad.
Do you think Red Dead?
You think what?
Now I was saying, do you think Red Dead or you think like the Sony Pony is gonna be mad because Red Dead gonna win Game of the Year?
Bro, they've been mad. They was mad when
if Red Dead will make the nomination. If Red Dead will make the trailer.
Bruh, they're gonna be touting it because of the fact that Red Dead got that Sony contract exclusivity.
Oh, okay, hold on, wait, guys. So, look, now we sounding like we're that we're going after PlayStation Nation here. We have to support our brothers and sisters at PlayStation.
I see nothing about that.
Stating the fact.
Listen, Megan.
Live about to go in.
Listen, Megan. I was watching Game Informer, the dude from Game Informer, who was a heavy PlayStation dude, who was like God of War.
Yeah.
No. Game Informer. I don't know.
Game Informer.
He's with Games. He works with GameStop or Spot or one of them. I don't know.
Okay.
But this other guy, I don't remember his name. Some fat dude. But
don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. My bad. I forgot.
Fat dude. What's up, man?
Yeah, you know.
Man, it sounds so random.
Yeah, I know. Just random fat dude. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just fat dude who just love PlayStation. Get the fuck out of here, man. What's going on?
Hey, for the dude in the chat that's talking about VR, man, I don't care.
I know. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, you keep the eye hurt. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not afraid of eye herpes.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
I'm gonna save that money.
Oculus, no PlayStation VR, nothing with VR.
If I'm gonna thank you.
Look, if you want me to play PSVR so much,
I'm gonna get it on PC. I want to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But anyway, the guy with Game Informer was talking about Red Dead, and he was speaking about it like he had the first chance to go play with like 6 hours of it, and he was like, "How'd you like it?" He was like, "Yeah, God of War, Spider-Man, flush them." It was like, "What?" He was like, "Those are your games of the year." He was like, "Nah." He's like, "This shit is different." He was like, "This is a whole nother level." I was like, "Damn, for real?" And that dude was hardcore, like God of War was game of the year and all that stuff. He was like, nope, not after what I played. He's like, no.
Thank you, Live. Because people don't realize, I knew people should know this. This should be a guarantee right in your face, cannot be denied. Game of the year, Red Dead Redemption. When it was announced, everybody said, "Oh, that's game of the year. Move out this way." Oh, I mean, they got too much money and they got too much stuff they could do.
But that's why them cats was going so hard at the game when the trailer dropped. Which is crazy because like typically they would be the dudes that be amping the game, especially with the marketing rights. But because they had a game coming out at the time, everybody was praising it or whatnot. They ain't want no shine on it.
Bye, Spider-Man. You only get Game of the Year 1 year, and Red Dead took it from both of them.
Well, I mean, this is the thing though, right here though, and that's what's funny because I don't know who said that said it on the panel, but they were praising because it was a Sony marketing deal with Red Dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and they were like, you bots don't have no marketing rights to.
Yeah, at first they definitely were.
But I love that hypocrisy.
People didn't know how good God of War was going to be, and also they didn't know how good Spider-Man was going to be or look, I guess at that time. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden, here comes the hate towards a multi-plat like Tomb Raider. Here comes a hate on, on Red Dead. I mean, hell, what's calling is not even coming out this year. Cyberpunk 2077, and here comes the hate from that. And
yeah, they was hating on that too.
I'm sorry, you just said Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk's gonna be that right there is that like if you want to know something about a quadruple A game. Hey, if you want to know about a quadruple A game, Cyberpunk is what that is. That right there is next level. That's a next level video game right there. But anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah. Whoever up in, go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Nah, but like I said, man, these guys have been very upset ever since that game was announced. And it's crazy because I mean, like, look, man, we all get to play it, but it's just a little salt in that wound. Just a little salt in that wound, knowing that's going to play a little bit better. A lot of bit better somewhere else. And it ain't on PC.
Right. Right. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So
Wait,
all right. So
they're gonna get it by the time the next Xbox come out.
whoa. What a way this
Hey,
back.
Daddy,
That's Oreo.
Hey, Oreo, what's going on, Oreo?
What Oreo? What you gonna come on here? See, look, what Oreo?
Hey,
You
your
coming
dog
here
name
for?
Oreo?
Yeah.
Oreo out there snapping, yeah.
What a wait.
I'm sorry.
The black and white dog.
And y'all can't be yelling at my dog. As soon as y'all did that, he looked at the computer like, what?
Yeah, like, let's your ass
Yeah, I'm
up.
sorry.
It's GRG time, Oreo.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
What did you want to come in here and say, bro?
Man, I
Got your attention.
No, I just wanted to come and rejoin the podcast. I know I had to leave out, but I'm back now. I'm back. But I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm here to learn myself something.
You took Delilah's spot because she was bless her heart, she was doing all she could, man. So she was saying she was on fumes when she was starting the show. So yeah, she's a trooper, a real one. But anyway, no, basically what I was talking about was PSX is not going to have, well, PlayStation is not going to have their PSX event here coming up this year,
2018.
And Infamous, she already throwing shade, but you know what?
I'm not gonna throw no shade.
Well, no, I had to be.
Man, you the one, your sarcastic ass was doing all the shit. I just ran with it. What you talking about?
I had to be the diplomat of the night, and I had to put on my pony hooves. And I had, you know what I'm saying? And my pigeon catcher,
some release dates and some of them
my
games.
pigeon catcher gloves.
They ain't got no business.
Can I say something?
And represent PlayStation. What?
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something, man. Sony for the last 3 E3s showed the same games that they've been living off of.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. Let me finish.
But they did the same thing at but they did the same thing at TGS. They just showed a little bit of one.
Knuckles, hold on.
Don't do that.
Let the man speak.
No. We're gonna do this.
I was saying that to him.
Detroit's become human. Days Gone.
Don't do that.
No. We're gonna do this.
PlayStation got the games, bro.
No. They do. 3 years after the system came out, but we're not doing that either. We're not doing that either. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But you know, because I own every game that I mentioned. I own, and I enjoy all of them, and they're all great titles. But what they did was they
did right. You bot. It's the best titles of this generation, or that we've ever seen ever in gaming mankind.
Okay, let's move on. Now, what I'm saying is, when they usually show a PlayStation, a PSX, they got some, like 2016 when they dropped that one was fire. They dropped exclusives. They dropped that remaster of Marvel vs. Capcom. You know what I'm saying? That was fire. But they have shot their load. All those years it took to make those games. They talked about the same 5 or 6 games for 3 years. What would they talk about this year? Days Gone by itself and Last of Us? Cutscenes?
I got something for you, Megan.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying this is why they skipped it. And plus, they're not trying to do a 10-year PlayStation 4 Pro lifespan. They're trying to bring PlayStation 5 in 2 more years. You know what I'm saying? So can they really push anything else? They shot their load. I mean, 3 Days Gone, Spider-Man, and God of War is in the same year. Why do you think they push back Days Gone? They need something for the beginning of 2019 because they don't have nothing else. That's it for them. They're done.
And everything else, PlayStation 5, right?
Right. It has to be. It has to be.
Lady, don't about the wrong PlayStation.
It has to be. Okay. And this point, let me finish. In this point in time,
hold on. What's going on?
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, listen.
You're a very level-headed guy, and you came in, you're like, game of the year, potential contender here, looking good. They were that hot about it.
It was like the scene in a Western where the drunk is like thrown into the horse trough, and that drunk is Spider-Man, and Red Dead is just giving it a big horse trough swirling.
You said Kratos too, though. That's the crazy thing.
It's the best.
God of War is amazing.
Yeah,
but look, there's a conversation I'm sure we'll have at the back half of the year.
Yeah.
Okay, what stood out? What was the biggest revelation?
What I love about it is just how all these crazy, intricate little parts all come together in a way that if you aren't keeping your eye out specifically for them, you may not notice. The's just a
I
ton
will
of.
leave it off at there. But
Yo,
you know
listen,
what he
listen.
said.
We
Oof.
don't do
Hey,
crumb
they
side.
talking about the
We're not
hard-
doing crumb side.
Stop. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let him talk. Go ahead, Lon.
No, I'm saying you heard what he said. The thing is, said when you look at it's on the Game Informer. I think it's called Red Dead Redemption 2. Rockstar is the best, or it says let me see, they're the king or something like that. Hold up, like a 16-minute video. He talks about how Red Dead Redemption is just a whole nother level. And that's what I'm just been saying, man. It's like, look, Cat's been out here praising. I'm not saying God of War ain't an amazing game. Obviously it is. But bro, let's not act like Sony Santa Monica is Rockstar. Let's not do that.
Let's not. I agree.
But live, we can't aim at Rockstar. Let's not say it's Halo.
I mean, no, it's not that.
Why not,
Go ahead,
though?
go ahead.
No. Okay. This is why not. Because they still can't beat Halo. They still can't beat Forza. They still can't beat Gears.
Yeah, but we talking about game of the year this year though.
Well, we're talking about Game of the Year this year.
Well, yeah, because those
This year.
But you can't.
Because if Halo, because let's be honest, let's just be honest though. If Halo, and you know how I love #SaveLock.
Facts.
If Halo 5 came out, Gears 4 came out,
5.
and Forza 3 came out.
that
Right.
was what in 1 year.
In 1 year, hold on, let's just say this year, and then the mighty Red Dead Redemption 2 come out. I'm sorry. #SaveLock. I'm sorry, Gears. I'm sorry, Forza. You have to bow down.
No
That's
question.
the reason.
No
You
question.
have to.
That's true.
You have to.
No question.
It's
I
the
agree.
truth.
Hey,
It's the truth.
No question.
So the PlayStation fans they have to bend the knee. They have to. They have to bend the knee to the greatness, man. They can't fuck with
This
that.
is why I said they can't even.
hard level greatness
They can't even beat Forza 7 last year numbers. They can't beat Gears of War 4 numbers. Halo in content alone has generated $1.3 billion, and they said that game wasn't good.
Right.
Man, but hey,
So-
Drag.
What? Well, hold on. How can you compare it to a Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead? Grand Theft Auto has sold over 90 million units.
Right.
It's not even in the same category.
Let me address other Zinc in here, and he says Halo will hold its own against anything. Now hold on. Now Zinc, let me make this clear. Okay, we know that Halo is king, and it's one of the most dominant games of all time. Right? Halo is up there in the pinnacle of the Rushmore. Yeah, on a single console, as a single console game, Halo is up there with the Rushmores, with Mario and whatever else that you want to put up there, right? But when it comes to overall, like the one reason why why Red Dead and why Grand Theft Auto is such a behemoth is because they are a multi-plat and they go all over the place.
Right.
So Halo can't compete with that because it's on one platform or one console. Now this is where it's going to be interesting because Halo Infinite, it's going to be on the PC and Xbox.
Mhm.
And that will definitely get a lot, and I mean a lot of sales. And then the fact that it's going to be on Game Pass too, we might see numbers that we've never seen from Halo before. It might break records on just the level of how many people will have access to that game. So then Halo Infinite could be in that discussion, but because Red Dead is a multi-plat and Grand Theft Auto is a multi-plat, they're always going to have that kind of advantage sales-wise because they're spread more.
But
They're
there's
spread
one
around
thing.
more.
There's one
But
thing.
Halo
that
is still dominant. No doubt about it.
There's one thing that Halo has that Killzone won't have, that Resistance won't have. On a single platform, Halo is king. It outsells Call of Duty on a single platform and every other first-person shooter. That is the facts. So, when it comes to multi-plats, you can't compare a first party to a multi-plat because it has multiple different avenues to make money.
No, we know that. Yeah.
But
But you compared to how much-
first-person shooters, Halo on a single platform is king. It's always been king. It breaks every movie record every time it drops. Even Halo 5 destroyed Halo 4 in terms of numbers. Day one sales.
Man, look, Red Dead, Grand Theft Auto will still outsell it if you just take the Xbox numbers and go them against Halo or the PlayStation numbers and take them against God of War.
I said
check this out.
Now, there's somebody in the chat that's denying, saying like Halo is the king of what? Halo hasn't been king in a long time. You know what I'm saying? And Shady is saying it about making money. Yes, Halo is still Look,
wow.
I know that the media and I know that like YouTubers, they bash Halo and says that Halo is not. And I've heard our boy Z and other people say that Halo is not the same as it used to be. Yes, it is. It's still the same. It's just that people don't give it the credit like they used to because it's all agenda based now. Halo 5 sold over 10 million copies.
Easy.
Halo 5 generated billions of dollars yet again. Halo 5 is still have over how many? I'm countless people still play that game continuously, and it's still relevant. That's the problem. The story might not be, the story is not as great as 4. The story is not as great as 2. But or 1.
The thing about this is what y'all people, some people need to understand. When you make a video game, it is not only the long-term revenue is just as important as those day one sales. Because you may have a good day one sales, but then your game will drop immediately. Okay? The long-term sales is what multiplayer, aka microtransactions, loot boxes, all that incorporated in the game will determine long-term revenue and that will make more money. Yes, Halo's gonna make more money because an online. Everybody goes to the online multiplayer, which extends the revenue of a game. If you have a game, for example, God of War, don't get me wrong, it's not a bad-looking game, but it is a single-player experience. Their revenue is going to get, their revenue will impact more on those days one sales. Now, unless they get some online service, online multiplayer, or they have some extra DLCs, that revenue is not going to last. Y'all need, some of y'all got to think when it comes to these games, it's not always about the day one sales. It's about the long-term investment. We talking about Grand Theft Auto 5. This game is damn near 6 years old. And it's making more revenue than any other game out here in these streets right now.
It's the #1 selling game. It beat out Mario. It beat out Tetris.
It beat out the Bible, cuz.
Yeah, I mean, she said it.
I swear. When I read that Grand Theft Auto have more copies out here than the Bible, the Christian King James version, that's crazy. Long-term revenue.
Okay, that's insane. Hold on, but the gentleman Christopher, he sit there and he said, "Let's look at the long-term revenue of most of the Sony games this gen." Okay, and I listen to this, right?
Please,
I will, but I want to address this though. I will say this before you get at him. Is that look? He's a guest and treat him kindly. But the biggest selling game right now for Sony is Uncharted 4, and Uncharted 4, if you remember, it peaked out at 2.2 million copies for like damn near 6 months until it got bundled, and of course. And until Halo, and absolutely right, Halo 5 got bundled as well. So it benefited from being bundled just like Uncharted 4. And then next thing you know, Uncharted 4 was at like 10 million copies sold. And so it's at 10 million now. But Halo is 10 million plus, and Xbox don't give out these numbers, but you know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you, and this is what's funny because people said, well, you got to look at the attach rate as well too, because people were always clowning Xbox at that time, saying there was only like 13 to 18 million consoles sold at that time, compared to what, 35 million sold for PlayStation.
With about 50 million online.
Yeah, but hold on, let me make this point. If Xbox only had 13 to 18 million consoles out there, and you sold over 10 million Halos, that attach rate is bonkers. And that should tell you right there, if you're going to go by that old theory of how many consoles was out there for Xbox One, that hot damn, Halo is more than relevant and bigger than it's ever been, because there was no attach rate from any of the other Halos that matched that type of number.
Man,
hold
on. We just saying it ain't the juggernaut that Red Dead is. That's all.
No. We're not talking about third party Red Dead. We talking about first party. Red Dead is a different beast in itself. But what I'm gonna talk about, what I'm gonna say is, for people out there that's talking crazy, and you think Uncharted matters, you think God of War matters at 5 million sold.
It's an 8.
Why
now. It's an 8 million now.
Okay, even if it's 8, why still not $1 billion franchise? Why Sony still got $1 billion franchise in Gran Turismo? Why?
Very true.
Okay, let's not talk numbers, man. We talk about, and first of all, I'm not a numbers dude, but I just like to correct people when they say something that's incorrect. Halo, Forza, Gran Turismo, Mario, Gears of War, Red Dead, what's this other game? Minecraft. Those are $1 billion franchise. You can't talk about the $1 billion franchise.
Did you say Forza?
No, Forza. I said Forza. Okay, but you can't talk about the big boys and bring in Uncharted or God of War. Those not the big boys. Those are big boys for Sony, but they're not the big boys in the market. So let's
they call it the real big boy. They call it the dual bruh games. If you think about it,
you know what I'm saying? Like right now,
we got on our fanboy. Let's stop and stay on topic.
No, I'm just saying. Go
ahead and finish up, and let's get back on topic.
Yeah, Halo didn't do that good. Another $1 billion franchise season for them. One game out.
Right.
Yeah, one game out. Come on, stop.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I mean, all you got to do is just check. If you go by fanboy logic, which is about there was only 13 to 18 million consoles sold.
Man, stop.
And, all that other shit. Like, that's what I'm saying. Just go by any of those crazy things, and it just doesn't make any sense at all, regardless. And if there was 13 to 18 million consoles sold, and you sold over 10 million on one game, that is like Mario-esque numbers. Facts. You're talking about something that's well beyond from Dead or from all that. That's why I'm like, pump your brakes on that, man. Halo is still relevant. I know a lot of people didn't like the story. I get that, and I know it's the record numbers. Yeah, but it's and I know it's the big thing right now to hate on everything Xbox. But the fact of it is that, look, you got to look. There's a difference here, and like I said, we're gonna get back on focus because we got to wrap it up. But you got to look at the bottom line here. One company is buying assets all around them. One company is bragging about revenue. One company is buying studios. One company is still just going with what they have. Not saying that what they have is trash. They got high quality stuff this generation. They've kicked Xbox ass in that department.
Yes, they did.
This gen. But the fact of it is that if Sony was doing so much better than Xbox, as so many people claim, then Sony would be acquiring somebody. Sony would be having to add more people to their studios instead of losing some of their people from their big budget studios. Sony would be touching on other assets by trying to gain more from the market, like their competition is, by buying the Havoc engine, investing into the cloud. Now, the PlayStation did put their money into PlayStation VR, and it's done well for them. Now they bought Gonkai. and that didn't work so well for them. And then they also got the Vita, and the Vita has been a miss for them for the big part. But other than that, that was all in the beginning of the generation, except for PlayStation VR. Everything else, Xbox has still been acquiring, and they're still talking about they're getting their teeth kicked in. I think people need to start looking at logic instead of just worrying about what fanboys be coming to say. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Where all these Killzone fans at? Y'all keep talking about Halo. Why y'all not buying Killzone?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We can talk about the numbers all you want to, but when you say for a company that's getting their teeth kicked in, quote unquote, 3-1 by the
$10 in a quarter.
Yeah, about 3-1 in console sales, but they're revenuing $10 billion.
$10 billion in a quarter. Stop, man.
Something is going wrong, Jack. Because I'm telling you this: if somebody's kicking my ass and I'm still winning, then there's something wrong with that equation, Jack.
Okay, Mega.
That's what I'm saying.
Double the consoles on the planet, and Live is generating more money. How is that possible?
That's what I'm saying. It just don't make any sense. But anyway, let's get on to the last topic, man. So we get out of here.
Hey, I got to simplify for everybody though, right quick. Look, think about it. Which one you rather be, the rapper or the producer?
Producer.
Nobody want to be the rapper.
The one behind the scenes software while Sony getting the hardware, the little $20.
Producer, because rappers.
I don't want to be.
Everybody know that rappers don't get paid.
I don't want to be the Locks. I want to be Puffy.
Hey,
right.
Hey, I didn't know this until later, right? This was cold-blooded. And then we go into the next topic, right? Was that okay? We were like, of course, you had the Xbox fans out there that was getting upset because Xbox and Xbox staff was out there giving congratulations to Insomniac and Sony because of the success of Spider-Man, right? And we were like, oh, here comes. Well, I wasn't, but there was other people like, here goes Xbox again, caring more about the competition instead of caring about themselves. Well, there was a reason behind that because Spider-Man was made off of the Havoc engine. And who owns the Havoc engine now?
Microsoft.
That's right. So of course they're going, congratulations on that 3.3 million in 3 days, baby. Where's my money, bitch? That's what I'm saying. Look, and I know that the industry and these people in the gaming industry, they don't have this crazy hate like a lot of people have or disdain for Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo or PC. Like some people that's crazy invested into it. These people actually know each other. They even try to work together to do things together and stuff like that. So that console war bullshit is just ignorant to them.
They went to school together.
Yeah, a lot of them did a lot of these things together. But the thing of it is that look, underneath is like, look, we're so happy that Spider-Man sold this many copies because we get a cut because you used our engine our Havoc engine that we bought just a couple of years ago. Thank you, Insomniac.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying. But anyway, let's get out of here, man. Let's get to the last topic and then get the hell out of here. And we can be brief on this. Free to play. Now, there's a certain YouTuber, I'm not going to say his name, we ain't going to be messy like that, that has been on this crazy tangent about Xbox Live and their paywall for a long time. Been talking about it since the 360 days. Now, the thing that I said this on Devin the Gamer earlier this week, and I'm going to say it again, is that it would be relevant to hear that person's opinion or anybody's opinion that has to say something about Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo if they didn't go out and brag that they sold their Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo to try to get a response. To me, when a person goes out and they talk about, well, I sold my Xbox One X, there's no reason for me to own it. Well, then anything that you have to say about the Xbox One X or about Xbox period is irrelevant to me. you're dropped from the equation, Jack. You're not nobody that I want to listen to, because what you did was trying to show face. You was trying to be cute, but then yet you want to tell Xbox gamers how they should want to pay their money, or what they should want to invest in. No, kick rocks for that. And any PlayStation fan, for any Xbox fan, or anybody that go out there and say, I sold my PlayStation, or if they pee on it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Love you, P Reaper. But regardless, you know what I'm saying? You do some crazy shit like that, you're irrelevant. You can't talk about that shit. You can't, in my opinion. So again, this person,
your PlayStation or your Xbox, that mean, you probably was like hurting for money. You had to pay your light bill or something.
Well, there's some people that ain't going to be realistic and say, look, man, I had to sell my shit because times is rough. And look, none of us is rich. You know what I'm saying? Some of us make more money than others. But look, we all out here working. We all out here working for a check. Let's not lie to ourselves, right? So let's not lie to this motherfucker.
But look, this is what I was saying. Okay, Mega, check this out. But anytime I hear somebody say they sold their Xbox or they sold their PlayStation, I mean, the first thing I was like, man, he must have been hit. He must have had no money.
There's one person that definitely comes to mind. I'm not gonna say no names. We're not gonna say no names. But you know what I'm saying?
I can't sell it. Why?
Listen, Mega, I'm with Chuck. Look, man, when people say they got to sell their Xbox because they,
don't do it.
Ain't got no game.
I'm gonna tell you this. Thank God that I'm blessed enough that I can be able to own all the console I own. You know what I mean? So when I do play my games, I can have a real opinion about it. You not gonna sit here and tell me shit if you own one console, one or the other. Don't talk about that shit when you only got an Xbox. Don't talk about that shit if you only got a PlayStation. If you really want to be a gamer about this gamer life, then you would invest and get what you want. I'm a broke woman. You know what I mean? I stay in one of the most expensive cities in the country. I busted my ass to make sure I get my other console, because I said, if I want to be a good content creator, I can't be fangirling out here and only have an Xbox. So I invested in a PlayStation. So what I can do now is, I can talk about PlayStation. I can talk shit about PlayStation all I want. I can talk about shit about Xbox all I want, because that's what I own. And what people fail to realize, when you want to be all big and bad and try to get these two consoles, it's two different bills. So don't be here fangirling and shit about. I'm while you talking about the paywall, I'm thinking like, okay, Lady Infamous, what game do you play that's free to play, that's on your shit right now? Ain't nothing that I'm playing that is free. I don't play Paladins. I don't play Warframe. I don't play Fortnite. So in order for me to enjoy the shit that I enjoy, I have to pay for my services. And that's basically what it is. It motherfuckers, they broke as fuck. They want. I mean, this ain't like no. This ain't just happening. Yeah. We've been having free to play games that require you to pay a paywall for it, and that goes on both sides of the coin.
Yeah. Facts. Well, I mean, well, this is the conversation that me and Mega had. What was it, last night?
Yeah, last night.
Like Cat's talking about, I'm going to PC. I don't need Xbox anymore. And then turn around and be like, you got to go to PC too because Xbox is trash. And I was telling them, man, it's like somebody coming out the closet. Be like, just because you decide to come out the closet, don't mean that, nigga. I don't have no desire to do none of the shit you doing. If that's what you want to do, that's your business. But don't try to drag me along with you. You can go and do all that cake baking and butt pirate all you want. I'm not gonna judge it. I'm gonna be like, look, man, if it makes your life happy, huh?
How do you relate that to PC?
Well, because like PC,
live is live.
No, because you got to understand. On PC, it's all about on PC, it's about freedom. It's about freedom. So they do everything. They go all kinds of ways, and they do all that. They like it. They like that freedom. Prosperity.
Yeah, man. Hey, hold up, man. Keep running in that all live. What you were saying? I gotta finish here, and it's just amazing.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, because man. I mean, You got a lot of people out here trying to convert people over to their ideals. You know, they want you to think like they think. They can't just do what they do. They need somebody to co-sign on that.
Hey,
like, listen, man, I got
click.
Yo, Livewire, won't you just come out and say the truth? You don't want to be part of PC gaming because 95% of y'all is out there 720p gaming.
No, don't do it. Don't.
Yo,
do
that's
it.
the crazy. Yo, Lemon, that is the craziest thing. Yo, Lemon, that's the craziest thing. When you find out half these dudes is out here PC gaming on a black and white monitor, you be like, nigga, what the fuck?
Oh,
Like, yo,
Did you see the face when they said the RTX 2080 Ti was $1,000? I ain't buying that.
No,
hell no.
And then come to find out, hold on. And then what was the bad thing about it is that the people that paid for that $1,000 graphics card is that the damn thing wasn't working properly. Like you still got better performance from the previous graphics card. Then this was because it wasn't patched properly. That it's going to take time. You listen. I get it. I got a gaming PC, regardless of how many people want to clown my little baby PC. I'm finna get it upgraded. I promise you. That's why I haven't been streaming here lately. But the thing of it is that look, it's still a gaming PC, and I've seen the benefits of PC, and I see the not so great aspects of PC. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same with consoles as well. But this is what cracks me up about that certain YouTuber that constantly talks down about Xbox, but always want to uplift PC. Listen, I understand that the paywall is free on PC, but there's a lot of different situations with PC that doesn't benefit. That you don't get the same benefits like you do with a console game or with a console. Like with game, that's why the developers they cater more to the consoles than they do to most PC games, unless it is a PC exclusive, if you want to say that. Like I don't ever look at PC like a console to where it's. I know that they have games that's just strictly for it, but the more that these consoles are becoming more PC like, the more that these PC games are going to start coming over to the consoles, because it's a safer platform for them to play. I mean, for them to make games for, so they can make real money. That's a fact. But anyway, sorry.
Hey, man, I got a question for you. Call of Duty sells the most where? Consoles. Grand Theft Auto, biggest game of our generation, sells the most where? Consoles. Fortnite, free as hell. Where's it played most? Consoles. Rainbow Six, 35 million plus. Where's it played the most? Consoles. You want me to keep going?
I mean, no.
What PC master race?
You ain't gotta show us no more, man. I already know about I already know about
Stop.
One PlayStation, one Xbox.
Listen.
Man, this whole conversation left. I just shut up.
It did go left anyway. But anyway, okay. All right. So
I've been good this time, man.
You've been really good. I appreciate it.
Knuckles. Thank you, Knuckles. Okay, so check it out. Last point, and then we're gonna get out of here. Free to play. Should Xbox let go of the paywall for free to play games? Yes or no?
I don't care.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Well, hold on. No, okay, you said no. I'll go to you. I'll come back to you. But Knuckles, what do you think? Yes or no?
Get rid of the paywall? Nah.
No. Okay. I'll come back to you here too. Triple Cup. Should Xbox get rid of the paywall for free to play games? Yes or no?
I mean, why not? Fuck it. It ain't that big of a deal.
Live wire. What do you think? Yes or no?
If it affects their bottom line, I guess they will. If it doesn't, I guess they won't. I mean, for me personally, it doesn't affect me. So,
hey, we selfish, ain't we?
No, I'm just saying, but because it doesn't affect me, I don't feel like
you give a fuck.
Yeah, it don't. It don't, because I'm still continue to pay for my services.
About being selfish, I'm being selfish too. To be honest with you, man.
Like it's almost like when you with any service that you get, right? Right. So I got cable, right? So I like my NBA TV, my sports package, all that stuff, right? I love that, you know, and I pay more for it. So, but somebody complaining about, you know, getting basic channels and not wanting to pay for basic channels from 2 to whatever it is, 13. And you know, I think a while back the cable company made you like you got to pay for whatever, like otherwise you can't. You got to buy one of those little satellite boxes or whatever.
Yeah, they only sold certain packages.
Yeah, so my thing is like, all right, that's, you know, that's their problem. Like, them niggas want to deal with 13 channels, that's their problem. And now, granted, I probably only watch 13 myself, but I'm not watching 2 to fucking 13. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, look,
it doesn't bother you. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's just
pay for it because
I want to ask Knuckles and Lemon briefly. I don't want to hear no long answer because we're gonna have to get out of here. But I want to hear from you first, Knuckles. Why do you say no? Give me an explanation of why you say no that Xbox shouldn't relinquish the paywall for free-to-play games.
You get what you pay for, security, and you know that you're trusting a network that has been stable and well built. You're not losing out on anything. You can get it cheap anywhere, or you can pay month by month if you want.
Okay, all right, Lemon, you.
Okay, paying for that 512 encryption not to get your credit card stolen. You also paying for that optimal service and those dedicated servers around the planet, not in one spot, not using something old, not getting your stuff stolen. Where you gotta go to GameStop and get PSN cards. You paying for the security. I'd rather be safe with my bank account than free paywall. I'm sorry.
Man, hey, can I chime in right quick, man? Let me chime in. Please, let me chime in.
I'm gonna jump in after you.
No,
check this
wait
out.
a minute. Y'all already said.
Right.
Hey, I ain't talking to you, just give me 1 second. Look,
Go ahead.
right. If I pay for it, this is what I want to get. So I'm gonna get this here. But if you're playing a free-to-play game and you want to play it for free online, and you playing it, you should be getting a free service. So if you getting hacked and all this other type stuff, that's because you're not behind this barrier that we have because we pay for what we get. So we playing these online that the games that we pay to play online to make sure that we straight and safe. But these free-to-play games, we'll still be safe because we pay to stay behind this wall. But if you're not paying, that's your issue.
And I got another situation. Nintendo's jumping on board and Sony's jumped on board. Since Sony decided to charge $60 a month, started at $50 and went to $60, right? What E3 have they ever talked about? What E3? No, $60 a year. I'm talking about a year. But I'm saying, what E3 has Sony went and said, we are improving our network and this is what we offering? You see, when Live started, it was $60. But we got so many increments of improvements. It was amazing.
We're seeing where our money was going. That's
well, and you can get live for $30 to $35. I mean, I see
on a side site. On a side site. But what I'm saying, everything goes on sale and everything else. What I'm saying is,
always sales.
What
you get it for free off of Game Pass? I mean,
generation
Xbox Awards too.
And I'm a PlayStation PSN Plus owner myself. But this generation, what online benefits in terms of servers, connections, a better situation in terms of just the networking. What has Sony talked about they improved at any E3?
Man, that's why they don't have no PvP games. All of them single player story driven. Network is just a money grab right now because they don't have them money to actually build on a network. They have to gather money. So at this they made some bad investments with that streaming service. They got to pretty much scrap and reform that because if they don't go backwards and forward capability with the PlayStation 5, they're going to be fucked. That's going to be the new DRM. They're going to be dead on sight. But if they do go backwards and forward, then we're going to have a fight.
We're going to wrap it up over here now because we're way over the time.
Oh, yeah. K-Maker got to go to work tomorrow, man. Let's get out.
What you say? We just got to get out of here. It's done. It's done. Don't start talking now. Some of y'all
got 52 watching. It ain't faulted.
Some of y'all,
sound like y'all going to sleep.
It's usually always more than that. It shows 52, but it's always more than that. But anyway, but yeah, some of you motherfuckers didn't want to talk, but now y'all want to talk now. But
okay, man, wrap it up then. Do the outro.
We wrapping it up. Let's get out of here. I'll be about to jack those.
Didn't do it right.
All you some fucks.
You're supposed to say, wrap it up, cuz.
Yeah, well, I said it. Wrap it up, cuz. Let's get to moving. Lady Infamous, where can they find you at?
You can find me at lady_infamous 30 on Twitter. Immediately
You're
after
talking too slow, cuz. Let's get on.
Excuse me. You as fuck. You do that shit to me all the time, man. Calm your tits. Calm your tits. Let me do my outro. Please.
Hey, start it back over, lady.
Okay, where can they find you at?
You can find me at lady_infamous 30 on Twitter. Immediately after GRG, we're gonna do the Sims 4. I want to give a shout out to my lovely panel. We had an awesome night. Let me shout out to my lovely chat. Y'all in there like swimwear, and we will see you guys next week.
No doubt about it. All right, Bloody Knuckles, where can they find you at, brother?
They can find me on my channel, youtube.com/Bloody Knuckles. The O's are 0, the E's are 3 with a Z. And of course, they can also find me on Xbox.
All right, you're talking too long. All right, let's get on. Triple Cup Chuck. I want to do it to everybody. Oh, no. Knuckles, where can they find you at? I'm done. I ain't going to do that no more. All right.
You can find me at Twitter, Mixer, and at fucking on Xbox at Bloody Knuckles as well. There, go.
All right, there you go. You know what? Triple Cup Chuck. No. Fuck you, Chuck. Let's go straight to you.
Well, God, I'm getting in there. Anyway.
You a Saints fan. I don't care about them Aints. Ram Nation, baby.
Well, you got them ran out the city.
Yeah,
y'all got beat so bad we felt pity.
Hey, that was a preseason game. You don't want to see us now, Golf Nation. Hey, 108, where can they find you at, bro?
You can find me at 108 Dragons TV.
Are you a Ram fan?
Yeah, because you're my man. Yes.
That's right. That's
and
right.
Don't cut me off.
You're gonna get cut off now. You're gonna have all the time you want.
You can find me at 108 Dragons TV on everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that, man. Support the GRG podcast. And let me tell you, I get out here and I talk the facts. Just because you don't like what I'm saying, that don't mean I'm biased. I just like to correct people and show people the right path of being a hardcore gamer on every platform. Facts.
You a bot. Anyway, all right.
Follow me with the dumb shit.
What I was gonna say, Live Wire. Where can they find you? Donald Trump with Ivanka sleeping right now.
You can find me on my Xbox watching TV, NBA TV, until the fam goes to sleep, and then I can play some games like a grown man.
Hashtag protect the wall.
Oh yeah, man. Keep them ponies out, man. Showstoppers coming from.
He said build a wall to keep the ponies out.
Build a wall. Hey, Donald Trump said build a wall, the paywall, baby. Listen,
and we gonna get the ponies to build it.
Oh shit.
Oh no. Oh, we ain't doing this. Fuck no, baby.
Oh shit. Okay,
they're gonna be building with all the
right now.
I said build the wall. All right, we're done with you live. Triple Cup Chuck, where can they find you at, bro?
All right, man, it's your boy Triple Cup Chuck. You can find me at Triple Cup Chuck. Oh, look, check this out. I got a
All right, everybody, we out. Peace.
We're gonna do that shit before I get through with this shit right here. So I had made sure I got me a good breath pause in there too. Right, so I appreciate the time out. But I got a poll going up there where every what I'm saying, we got a situation going on. We got the little segment we call fair safe. We tell the story. Yeah, tell the story about the Marvel characters going through. Now we're in a situation where we got 3 people that got to be on good with track. We're trying to see if we got a vote going out there on Twitter. Just check that out. Check out the fair safe so you can see how the episode going and choose the person that you think they be the best. Well, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm out. We're gonna do some gaming. I'm gonna be up. I've been eating some popcorn candy. I've been getting
get your punk ass off of here, you ain't. Anyway,
up all the way up.
We ready. You better not want to see these Rams this year, baby.
Man, we going. No matter, y'all got to come back to us, huh?
No, I don't know if we play y'all this year or not. I don't know. We got a pretty tough schedule though. We got to go.
I want to give a shout out to Webby, man. The homie, cool, man.
Webby, I got one of his albums. Anyway, all right. Everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. We went long. We don't like to go long, but we did. But it's all good. Big shout out to Delilah for being a trooper, doing her thing while she was sick. Much love to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just family. It's all good. And, you know, much love to the panel, man. You know what I'm saying? Without these guys, where the fuck would I be? You know what I'm saying? So thank you for hanging out. And, of course, the people that listen to us every Friday, man. It's been a blast. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And for the people that listen to us later on, I hope you enjoyed the show. So thank you so much. Everybody have a good night. If you ain't got to go to work tomorrow, like my punk ass, go to bed, then you know there's only two options to do. You better hit those gaming sticks, or it better be pants off, dance off. Right. We out. Peace.
12 o'clock, midnight, or